Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, okay, a little bit loud there now. I can turn it down. Where's the volume?
Or is it me loud for you?
Well, I know it's going to get noisy in here anyway. So the Eric
That's yourself.
self.
It's the promotion's third show of the year. We're here with commentator for this evening, Mr. Eric Donovan.
Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, very excited to be here at the theatre of the Mill. Congratulations to Mark Dunlop as well on putting together a nice card and a great venue. I'm really excited and looking forward to a cracking afternoon of boxing. It's unusual as well to have an afternoon of fighting, but I think there's a bit of an appetite for it there. There's plenty of people out there and some food now, and this place is going to start filling up now very soon. Tell us about the card, Mark.
Yes, no, it's a card of literally novice pros, you could say, young exceptional talent who have turned over into professional ranks. They're all 2 and 3 fight novices, and they're competitively matched for the level that they're at in their career. So there's no title fights this time. We're just giving like kids an opportunity to perform in front of the lights, Sport TG4, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to some cracking contests. It's headlined by Kyle Smith. He's a local lad from the area, so he's brought a huge crowd here, and it's going to be phenomenal atmosphere come this afternoon.
Yeah, and I suppose the star guy is Kyle Smith on the show. He's in the early part of his career as well, but he's from the area here.
Yeah.
He would have sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
There's something kind of an X factor about him, isn't there?
Yes, no, he doesn't shy away from the attention, but he's also not an extrovert. He's very, very humble. You know, even to be headlining in only his second fight. His first fight was at Windsor Park, as we're aware. It was a phenomenal opportunity for him. But now we're here in his hometown, and he's got to perform in front of his home crowd. He's fighting a veteran of nearly 100 fights. But, you know, he is only just turned 20 the other day. We'll have to take it easy with all these kids, build them up slowly, and then, you know, they will be like tomorrow's champions without a shadow of a doubt. I'm actually looking forward to the co-main, which is Hijjah McMahon. He impressed on our last show. He's fighting a tricky southpaw. Again, they're all in learning fights. It's going to develop their career. So I hope, you know, he performs well and has a good victory. Yeah,
he's a very good prospect, and he's talking about stepping into the realm of championship titles next year. Like we're talking about, you know, starting at the lower end and working his way up, talking about Celtic titles, Irish titles, and he looked good. I did commentary on his last fight. He looked pretty good, but this is going to be a step up for him, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, definitely, because he did come from the white collar scene, and he only had like 3 or 4 of them fights, but D. Walsh's coaches put a lot of time and effort into him, and he is really coming on. And as I say, you know, you've seen the success of Fabio Wardley at the weekend or last weekend, and it shows like if you've got talent, it will shine through no matter where you are.
And just finally then, Mark, about a lot of these boxers, they're turning professional very young. They don't have, let's say, like, you know, a very extensive amateur career, but it's almost like they're not, it doesn't matter to them, it doesn't faze them. They see the professional goals and ambitions, and they're like, I want to get in there quickly and shoot for the stars. What's your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is a good amateur career will more or less guarantee you your first 10 fights, you know, 10 victories. But then you're fighting guys that are actually hard men who like they've been in every prospect, which is a lot of the guys on the B side tonight. They've all been in with all the top prospects, and basically, like, you know, if these guys, they all have dreams, goals, ambitions of, you know, describing what you just done about moving on to title fights and all, but they have to, you know, move past these guys first. You just can't jump up. But this is experience under the cameras. Everything sets him a stead for what's to come. I'm particularly looking forward to Cathal Jennings as well. He's a very exciting kid. You know, from Newry, he's brought a huge crowd up, and he's here for, like, you know, like for war. You know.
And that's somebody actually who has got a good amateur pedigree. He did go away from it for a while, but he's been mixing it with good, good amateurs and good pros as well back in the day. So he is quite seasoned as well. So looking forward to watching him as well tonight. This afternoon. Mark, best of luck with the show. Wish you well, and thanks for bringing big time boxing back to Belfast again and again and again.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
Live on TZ4 here on a Sunday afternoon in sunny Newton Abbey. Make sure you tune in.
Fáilte go Dornálaíocht BEO an seo nach áil an áit seo thriller at the Mail agus mecin chip an chin an áit áil an seo tíoch dús geirt chaid bhéal Feirste tá muide agus chuig Friday Vesain at a Garta Trununa with Diffrul of Odinta Huggins and Slow Balustach, Law, Brio, and Timon Chanak Natas, and Royarshin and Shot Samela Tomwood and Shot. Got Hartel Hudumet, Timo Gahad, Belfast in the Green, and Slow Balustach and Chogas at Hook Freds, Morris, Mary Maroli, Ves and Huip, August Marvi, Eric Donovan, August McCarthy is in the promotion, Jim McDonagh against Sheffield. There was a Sugamore, the Could Dornálaíocht Óga Intach as Could Ola. Ekel Trununa, agus a couple Danella, Lanyard Tahip, Majama, She, and Coach Ross, what developed Dominachna, Eric Donovan, and because of Tommy McCarthy, Lynn Hama, Cantarines, Kunda, Dornálaíocht, as Shock could eat dead on Trununa. Ach, he trades a Vesain, and because Oisin Dunlop, Eshin a trades going he Doga profession to us Belfast, Be Sheshin a Turtai, or Connor Meanwell, and because Nyak Tahi Egashin to get trades, and because Nine Cake on the Vesain, it's yet and Reap, and because Majama Oisin Dunlop trades quick Door, and because Eshin a Sue Gomorlish. Agus and he tried to face go profession to Agus Lum Mahiv, Eric, I suppose you were talking to Mark and Tommy there about, you know, the importance of giving young fighters a chance. Oisin Dunlop getting his first chance and a brilliant occasion, brilliant atmosphere building, an afternoon fight card. It doesn't really make a difference what time you fight, does it?
No, not really. Not really, Carty. No, not really, Carty. I think this is a great opportunity for all of these fighters. A cracking venue. It's so intimate. It's so confined. I believe the energy and the atmosphere in here is just going to rise and lift. The noise levels is going to be amplified in here, and that's when you're a young kid and you're drawn by the I suppose the razzmatazz and all of the professional boxing game. This is where you want to be. You want to be in venues that are electric and have great atmosphere, and this is certainly going to, just judging by the look of it, and we walked around it, it looks like there's not a bad seat in the place. There's a great place to have your debut, great place to box, but to have your debut here is just an incredible opportunity for young Oisin Dunlop.
Yeah, mar sin feice brocht das an sin gonát agus se theatre at the middle agus dín fáte go dín teach an das fád an chomportach an roiach ag chulachane bháine agus muide súil goáin sib taineh as na trední fád chucín fád Dornálaíocht Óga fád a bheits in action the chuoine ach má heap ben very level source ag an MC Kenny McDonagh.
On behalf of MHD Promotions, Mr. Mark Dunlop, Mr. Paul McLean, McLean's Bookmakers, Mr. Mark Weir, Arcane's Competitions, TG4 Sports, and Boxing Social, welcome to the Thriller at the Mill! Ladies and gentlemen, being broadcast live and streamed live by TG4 Sport and also Boxing Social. Ladies and gentlemen, today's boxing is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Officials at ringside today are your inspectors for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Gamble, Mr. Martin McWilliams, Mr. Owen McMahon, Mr. Derek Watson, Mr. John Marley, Mr. Des Watson, and Stevie Redford. Our steward in charge, Mr. John Williamson, MBE. Area representative, Mr. John Gray. Our doctors at ringside tonight, Dr. Chris Nutt and Dr. Ian Tipping. Your referees for tonight, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., timekeeper, Mr. Dale Elliott. And again, ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome and a big sponsor. Thank you to Mr. Mark Weir, Arcane's Competitions, Mr. Paul McLean, Brad McLean, and broadcasters, Sport TG4 and Boxing Social. Give them all a big round of applause. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! Please welcome to the ring from Newark, boxing out of the red corner tonight, Connor, the Pitbull, Meanwell! making his professional debut tonight from Belfast. Please welcome to the ring, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop! Our first contest of the evening in the Super Welterweight division, scheduled for 4 by 3 minute rounds, weighing in at 159.7 pounds from Newark. The guy himself, boxing out of the red corner tonight, Connor, the Pitbull, Meanwell. Come on, give him a big round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 157.4 pounds. Boxing out of the blue corner tonight with beautiful white and blue trim shorts. Please give it up, making his professional debut tonight, Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop! Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for this contest, Mr. Hijjah Jr., I'd like to give his final instructions.
Gentlemen, I spoke to you about the change room. You would expect, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Thank you very much. Chéad Tráchtaireacht agus Oisin Dunlop agus Oisin sna bhrístí pán agus gurm agus Oisin tréid gon chéadú an seo agus tíbhile gon máine tá Conor Meanwell. Mark Dochan agus fearháil neart taí fearle gan éon taí sna bótaí professionta ach míid taí aige sna bótaí amateur an difriúil agus go stas sa bháine seo faoin na sáilte. Agus Dunlop mai dearmid gurm Meanwell sna brístí dubh. Article Soccer Season Chagas. Oisin gur an jab snús at dús. He's go handul. Agus emi a hiún ascipi. Agus sé gur tús má back up. Dunlop gur an jab all agus an fought coach Olive. First 30 seconds is always the big one there, isn't it? After doing the walk through and the walk out, set yourself, and even it was a nice left hand there.
Yeah. It is his debut, so you know all the nerves, all the tensions will be with you, and he is taking a very comfortable stand in the centre of the ring. He landed a good backhand there a couple of moments ago, but it's still early days. He's going to, I suppose, warm into this. That was a nice little body shot there, but you have to be careful too in the early day, especially in the early parts. That's good boxing skills there, but the last thing you want to do is get caught with a big overhand swinging punch from Meanwell.
She must have hit 2 small gig. I think he got 2 seconds. Can't Dasso Cárthach das again. Lewis Meanwell and Thompson. Versa come Suckery Sheesach. Keeps it Dunlop. Shasostic Marsh 2 sugar. Love Cléis nús agus ís love Clé tíidech. Ag ar Meanwell a bheála staach. Tartan Númed. Meanwell near tahi ige sin. That's right. Pan amrianta. Wadís wa tahi ige na Dunlopach. Love Cléis na goibir go Dunlop an tamar fagadí seo. Nid fawr je héisi ein dra hortun na tad Murray Fós.
Something that stands out from me there as well, Carty, is he's just quite relaxed and comfortable. You know, sometimes when you've got young boxers making their debut, they're kind of keen and eager to impress. But he's looking like, you know, he's looking like a guy that is a lot older than 19 years of age. He's so young, but he's actually boxing very, very comfortable and like an experienced pro.
Yeah, I talked about he's dreaming about this since he was 3, so he's been a long time waiting.
Yeah. But he is realising his dream now. His dream has become a reality now. He's always dreamt of the pro ranks, and even though he's been a successful amateur boxer underage, he never boxed at elite level. And we were talking about this in the pre-match build-up about how young fighters they're not relying upon having a big, long, extensive amateur career anymore. If they feel they're good enough, they're bypassing that period and going straight in and learning on the job as a professional boxer. Good work.
Contact Cathal ag Dunlop. Agus Meanwell Jenny Cé Cánach. Oisin Dunlop sásta go má. And a chéad bóta go professionta. He'll be very happy, Eric, so far. Nice and relaxed, as you said. And threw a few nice punches. Straight left, he was landed once or twice and then finished strong as well.
I was very happy with his level of his discipline in the round. He got caught with a very good punch to the solar plexus in the early part of the first round, and I was just curious to see how he'd react or respond to that. But he did respond. He responded very, very well, very educated and intelligent. Took his time, and I thought he outboxed his opponent then throughout the first round, but showed a little bit of aggression near the end as well, just to put any doubts to bed as well with the judges. A unanimous first round win for Oisin Dunlop.
Yeah, Eric Dunlop mar sin a rockwill. Tús má ag Dunlopach. Zaid le Meanwell. When you won, just na hasogi. Agus na hasnochi bhfuil dúsach. Bes as hosta mág na chéad súma caite. Fína side sin shot. Agus I just flew in the side to go along. Gear going too smart. Love Clay Eastach and Royal Sheba. Spruck am Shunurshin. I'm going to hear Jab Clay Shnusad. Thompson count Ishil and Zasog. What needs to done up in Urshinach. Cross into his header. So try to check what we do first. A couple. Turn like here. Jab Tidach. And Dunlop. Love Clay and coach you up. Fan Gnoch. Geht sich a second just into get. Maybe try to jog up Newark. Can't easily Dunlop. Cousins wad into Meanwell. He's a very throw up. Shas sheer on the kill it. Easton love Clayton. Hammer father girl. Can't Tidach is in chin and Zasog geha. Meanwell can dash. Take a minute to squeal it, begging in his move. Go heal it. Off Clay Zirach reached. Cousins is hard to take Meanwell and Thompson. There's a hole net. Off Clay. Coach will squeal a couple of candle in this shot. A Cabrew of Meanwell. Cousins come on, Chinagus. Costa Usa Jege. Can't pay and Chinny slides it.
I have to say it's a good matchup as well for Oisin Dunlop. You know, his manager picked a really good opponent for him. Meanwhile, you know, he is a very experienced professional fighter. There's only 2 wins out of his 35 fights. He's lost 32 and drew 1. Only 2 wins, and you have to go back a long way before you find a win on his record. But he is somebody that's durable and somebody that will give you a good round. So a great matchup for his debut opponent.
In Dorboat and shot. Tactic going to Dunlop Love Cleggs and Chin Gear and Zasso Gusazach. Meanwhile, my Vierer Dunvan Yartahiga. Gusazach like and come on Chenach. Dunlop Gear Skeed and Easton Love Clay. Meanwhile, Tuch and Keen. There's a rating roller. Gonavet. Kunyan Gleamer Hela. Second focus at door about to shot. Meanwhile, Spanish and Conchinach. Dunlop and Haynes Hostelish. The second focus. Of Clay East. Meanwhile, Tuch and Keen. Meanwhile, Connu Ho. Again, the straight left hand is working all the time, but Meanwhile is coming forward. He came forward a bit more aggression there in the last 20 seconds. But again, Dunlop, again, it's a slightly different round to the first one, but he'll be again happy.
Yeah, no, he's got to be very happy with that, and he's in a very comfortable position. You're always going to have your opponents that will come out, and there come out a couple of little episodes throughout the rounds where they have a little blast. But he hasn't really taken any big punches at all. Hasn't chipped any. 2 rounds in to his professional boxing career, he's looking quite comfortable. Looks like he's enjoying it as well. He might want to try and maybe just raise it up the ante a little bit. He's landing some really nice shots, but he might want to close the show in style now as well. Like, as even though we talk about rounds are important, when you're a young pro starting out, you can't wait to get your first knockout or your first stoppage, and he might just want to do that tonight.
Second time.
Both to see Martian. Oisin Dunlop a trades tonight. Conor Meanwell. Oisin Dunlop and Charles Bell Feirste. Trades in Hijjah profession to. Agus how about to Ma Gadisha get? Is has sauce to ma. Conor Meanwell trades in chuck up a shot nach. Gagama and Charles Bell Feirste. Good Tahiga.
Have to say Dunlop is looking in great shape. He got himself into really good shape. Super welterweight division, a packed division, and he looks really good. I have to say, well done to his coaches on getting him into great shape for this fight. There's instruction coming in as well. Look, an uppercut from his uncle Tony Dunlop, who is the head coach at the Belfast Cronk Gym, another famous boxing gym in this country.
Dunlop a couple of contest and Dunlop. Meanwhile, Zasso Gadashach. Dunlop, Gerby's and Lewis or Dún Chugus. Call even coach League's uncle Rollish. Zasso Gachaba Miss Minikir. Gerbu Meanwell Nishtag Miho Keenach Nicha Ka Hori the Machin. Plays a Turshu. Smoked the shot. Wait there, Christophe Levidish.
You may remember Tony James Tennyson, Irish European champion, would have been coached by Tony Dunlop as well. Had a great career, world title challenger, and went very far. Had a brilliant career. So he's in good hands, in a good stable. His dad Fra Dunlop is involved in his career as well, and it's a family affair.
Das Captain Chinnig, Oisin Sausage Ganchin, Agus Nishla Brew. Irish Walach no Chach, Wadney Sort. Agus Takia finish gear Cooner Toe, Conching Das. That's the Smutet. That's got Cousins come out, Meanwhile Tamshnach. Nishtoshin Fausuch, Meanwhile a cock up on Sheer. You want to split come out Tamshin. Contest at East Dunlop. Tidach Glan, Conor Glan, no should Zasog.
He's got a really good jab, Dunlop. I'm impressed by his jab, and it's a tudden jab as well. It's not just one of these.
Scoring one, isn't it?
Really, it's a scoring one, but it really knocks you off track and knocks you off kilter. Oh, he took a very good punch there. Fair play, Conor. Meanwhile, landed a very good overhand right, and then tied up his opponent. So again, showing his own experience, and a man that has been in with a lot of good opposition, and he knows how to handle himself in the ring. But good fight.
It's a second focus he mounted see. With East Rachel Shatterstach and Chin. Dunlop Queen who come more hot near hot. See about to cut it. And there's a full raid and Caru Bota Oisin Dunlop. You should sauce to come on Gadisha. Happy enough. What would you be looking for now to especially your first professional fight? You know, you're trying to settle down and get your rounds, but what would the team be looking for? A bit more speed, a bit more maybe energy?
Well, he's looking very good. He's 3 rounds to the good now. So you can, if you're in his corner now, you can tell him to just go out and do the same again and get the win, and we move forward. You know, he took his eye off the ball there just for a moment in the near the end of the third round, and he got caught with a big right hand over the top. You don't want to be giving any free shots, any silly shots away to your opponent. You want to completely nullify them, completely give them no ambition and no hope. So I would say just to stick to your boxing, go out and win the last round. And if you want to up the ante a little bit, do it. But don't be too risky or don't be too careless.
Don't leave yourself open. About the Dornálaíocht person.
Second time.
Agus Oisin the Diamond Dunlop. Agus Conor the Pitbull Meanwell to side Hijjah. That's Cárthach Dunlop. Achínte. Coach Ali. Rob Bruchred. Agus Yap can better gear a Kriach Ma ver schmouta shage. Meanwell, I think was he talking to us, Eric?
Well, there's that jab over the top. The last round as well. Last round, you know, opponents will always kind of.
Can't get up a cut of Hanchin, you're right, Elish. Dunlop can't either. That's so good.
He's a nice boxer, Dunlop. He wants to stick to his boxing, not get drawn in. You know, you can see that. Meanwhile, now he's just looking for that close quarters. He wants to rough and tumble, but it's very easy to get drawn into that. But it's more, you know, you need to be resilient and disciplined to not get, you know, not get drawn into to a fight that doesn't suit your style.
Can't you deal with that? Even though it's Eshe Meanwhil Horta Shashina. Nisha Connell Cárthach Gadasik Dunlop. Meanwhil Kosh Irash. Peter Gadasik Dunlop and Chin. Deal with that on the Duan. Or Conor Meanwhil. Meanwhil Garrett Gara is a Runa Shees. Near second. Near a cool second. Let roll.
Dunlop asking him to, his coach asking him to step back because he doesn't want him to smother his work. When he steps back and he lets his punches out, he's landing the right hand to the body and finishing up to the head with a left hook. It's worked for him a couple of times. But when he's close, his work gets smothered. So if you can keep it at arm's length and keep his opponent at arm's length, he can do some real effective work.
Connell Gadasik on the Duan agus. Very keen das option cut a Goshin Dunlop's motor shop out to Dornálaíocht. He want to give a card ash. Like an Ardic, that's how he's can Clay Das and Chinnig Meanwell. Tarshu Tosha, Numal Foki. He went second keen, Dunlop a car. That's how Gillen Chinnig Dunlop. Like an he said Meanwell and Ursha. If Dunlop just clear to his ass and paid his ass again. Don't figure the threads grew to get. I saw stick him up. Can't tell us that and do on Horta Shashina. Whatever he said Meanwhil Dunlop a car.
Oh,
can't ask it Chinnig Dunlop. Meanwhil caught Ash. Agus Bish the Sus and Chinnig Rator. Couple second Foki, 10 second. Dunlop a car. Meanwhil second keen. Meanwhil Racha. Arola second keen. And vertical Kagama. Meanwhil Agoria. Oisin Dunlop Esha Anna Sauce and Kus Manchin. They'd be very happy with that, Eric, won't he?
Yeah, look, it was a good fight for him, good start for him. He got loads of action as well, and that's a good thing as well. I like the fact that his opponent had a real go at him there in the last round. If you were his coach, and particularly his coach has been family members as well, you know, you're hard to be in your mouth, you know, thinking don't take too many risks, keep that chin down. But it's also good to get to feel a punch or two when you're in there as well, because like it's all experience. And
you can see it's always nice to see that when Conor, you know, Meanwhil coming in talking to us. He knows what his first professional fight. He's been in those shoes, and you learn a lot from other boxers, won't you?
You do.
For both boxers here today, absolutely fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 40-36 in favour of your winner tonight, making his professional debut from Belfast, Oisin Dunlop.
Mar sin ché tred grúte ag Oisin de Diamond Dunlop an Chas Béal Feirste Cártha a tríocha sé agus be a chláán agus Hijjah an sásta tilte go maige. And we saw a few different shots from him. He landed a couple of nice body shots there. I know Eric, you were a man that liked a nice body shot. He landed a couple there as well in round 3 and round 4.
Yeah, no, it was very good. I was very impressed with his performance. He showed great maturity in the fight for such a young age, being only 19 years of age, and to be mature and to be patient and took his time. And he's a great jab. He's also got a bit of heart and guts about him, and you need that too. Good solid chin. He took 2 or 3 punches as well that were tough shots, thumping shots, solid shots, took them well and dealt with his opponent in a fine fashion. Won all round. You can't ask for any more. He moves onwards.
Yeah, and I suppose it's always, when the build up to your first professional fight, you're always thinking of the best things, and you're trying to sell tickets, and you're trying to get things online, and social media, and especially the guy at his age. Plus, to get the first one over and done with, get the 4 rounds and be happy with your performance is always a good thing. It's onwards and upwards then.
Absolutely.
Oisin the Diamond Dunlop an sásta agus Eisian sásta go maith lena hospontas agus Cefanach meach a grúchtal Cártha tríocha sé agus cheappa go muid roilerí cholisteach ag Tommy McCarthy atá Cathal Oisin.
We are here with our latest professional boxer in Belfast, the winner Oisin Dunlop. How was that?
Brilliantly. The excitement running up to it, training hard. I fought before very well there, so paid off.
Yeah, I got tasty there in the last round. How did you find with the smaller gloves, no headgears and that?
To be honest, mate, I've been picturing it since I was 4. So in there, it's just, I've already imagined it in my head millions of times, so now it's in there, it's nothing new to me.
Yeah, you had a brilliant ring walk. You must have had that planned out for a while as well.
It's been planned out years.
I've been building it up.
I've been building it up.
Kanye West to walk into the ring.
Yeah.
So that was the training camp doing a ring walk. Yeah. And what have you seen in the gym?
He's just come on brilliantly from him. I've been training strong law from he was 9 years of age, along with his dad, and just massive improvements. See the sparring he's getting world class sparring. He's down sparring the McKenna's, Mingo McKinson. He's just coming from here to here.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. So now that you're off and running, you're 1-0. What are your plans for the next 6 months to a year?
Just get out as soon as possible. Be as busy as I can throughout the year. I'm not sure if anything's going up. Ian's the man. He'll sort that, but I'll just leave it to Ian's hands. And here he is here, Ian.
Here we are with the manager. Manager, how do you rate your new charge's performance tonight?
Yeah, look, ever since we've kind of got together, we've always known how special this kid is, so it's a case of he's 18 years old, but look at the size of him for a light middle. He's a big boy. He's going to grow into himself. He's going to get more and more of that man strength. But like the lads were saying, he's been doing 8, 10, 12 rounds with the 2 McKenna's. That's hard, tough sparring. For an 18-year-old kid to come in on his debut to do that kind of performance, and especially in the last round when Conor Meanwell, he put it on him, and to be able to keep his composure and have that kind of discipline while putting together his shots, it's a really impressive debut.
Yeah, it was very impressive indeed. And what are I know it's early doors, but what are your hopes for Oisin's career moving forward, like in the future?
Yeah, like in the initial stages, we'll build him up. We'll get through the 4 rounds and through the 6 rounds, but there's a lot there in his division that we can look at from a Celtic title point of view, Irish title point of view, and move on hopefully into European waters. But he's 18. We're in absolutely no rush with him. Like he said, he's been dreaming about being a professional since he's been 4 years old. There's no rush, and we'll build him nice and slowly, but we'll kind of just increase the level of opponent as we go, just to get him new looks, get us a couple of southpaw opponents, just make sure that he sees everything for when he does get into that title contention. But he's a special kid and he's got a really, really bright future.
Yes, like I say, it was very, very good, a very impressive performance. It looked seasoned, and as they say, you've been working hard in the gym. So I want to say congratulations. You're officially an undefeated professional boxer, 1-0. Any words for the sponsors or the people who came to support?
Everyone couldn't do it without all the support, the sponsorship, the fans, people coming, buying the tickets. Been possible with them, so thank you to everyone. Check out my social media as well to see all the sponsors. Got them all on the shorts. Strength Coach NI, CK Memorabilia, AMG Activewear, and Lottery's day today. See you on the back days.
Folks, that's your first winner of the night, Mr. Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop. Back to you.
Eric, you know, that's the new box. You have to sell yourself online, don't you? Have to get sponsors and keep that going. It's as important as anything these days.
You do. We were talking about it, like, you know, and in the early parts of your professional career, the boxing almost come secondary because you have to. You're building.
Profile and tickets. That's the two things, isn't it?
Yeah, you are the business. You know, when you're in the professional game, it is a business, and you are the business. You are the product, and the product is not only someone that steps into the ropes and has a fight with somebody. You are somebody that a company wants to put their name onto. So you have to be likable, you have to be sellable, you have to be marketable, you have to do all of those things, and that takes now a hell of a lot of your time too.
And you know, we heard his manager Ian Cochran talk about just taking time. He's 18, 19 at that weight division, growing into his own body is even important.
Yeah, he's plenty of time to be. And it's good words. It's good listening to Ian Cochran there, the manager. Like, he's a good guy, and he's in safe hands. You know, there is no rush, but he's sparring with world-class opposition in the McKenna brothers, and, like, you know, that's where his hard work is done. As far away from these lights, you know, it's in the shadows where the hard work happens.
We are ready for our second contest of the evening in the lightweight division. Please welcome to the ring from Horwich, Essex, boxing out of the red corner, Kasey, Bradnum. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Dungannon, Charles the Dream McDonagh.
On the seat. Erin, sit here on the steps if you want.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 135.9 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight, all the way from Horwich in Essex. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give him a big Belfast welcome, Kasey Bradnum. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, weighing in at 137.3 pounds. We're the lovely white and red dream shorts tonight. Please give him a big round of applause. Charles the Dream McDonagh. Ladies and gentlemen, this lightweight division scheduled for 4 by 3-minute rounds. Mr. Hijjah Jr. will like him from instructions.
Expect it. Stay smart.
Okay, lads, you spoke the changing. You would expect, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Marshall forward come Dornan threads and shot. It's about threads a dope. Like an 8 from Velchen. Because Charles Adrian McDonagh is Dungannon. The hero Untitled Kasey Bradnum. McDonagh Amy professional till Emiliana. Because she's like Carol boat ticket. That's a fish to her ma. Because I'm right to RV and Segay threads. Wat hier van het Notsplantemach. Dat is groot Eckert. Weet je waarheen van achter. Kom klopt om het zeggen zijn met dat. Schijnt met Johnny Marchants na Feirste Tráchtaireacht Agus Bána. Agus bij Kasey Bradnum. Goed de Bána Agus Donovan. Turn 4 of 8. Stepping group Peter Cousin to Béal wie Termody. Ik ben ta on. Agus dochter in the Keens go Lord Cart. So dat moet een down about the shot. Geen trade groet ik go in the diamond Dunlop. Ik should trade going hier door Donovan. Agus special sausage in. Charles Madonna. Chinese touch kick on it. Agus that trade going Carrow Quinny Sockrach. Check your curling could take a shot. This Feirste Treads Feirste Conda Dornálaíocht SR Honey with Reeves in the legend. Eric talked about there Ryan Burnett, you know, probably one of Ireland's best ever boxers.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the best boxers, former unified world bantamweight champion, holding the IBF and the WBA titles. What an incredible career that was unfortunately cut short. Back. Yeah, it's ripped one of the muscles that holds the spine, and it was a career-ending injury, unfortunately for Ryan. So retired very young with had so much left in the tank and so much left to do. But what a legacy he has left behind. One of Ireland's greatest. And he's working closely with Charles, and he's developing well under him. Watching box in his last fight back in August of this year in the Girdwood Centre in Belfast, when he had a points victory over Owen Durnan from Sheffield in England, and he was boxing very, very well, and he looks good.
Yeah, Charles McDonagh, Ryan Burnett, former analyst in charge with Sport TG4, if I remember. I think Graham Moylett, he was fighting in Castlebar. I think Ryan joined us on Trunashinach. Myler shot. Strange, we rarely see a delay like this, Eric. Especially with two fighters in the ring, but these things happen in boxing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the delay is. Maybe it's some technical issue or something of the sorts, but not good for the boxers when you're in the corner, when you're ready, you're just waiting on that bell, and it can be disruptive, it can really be, and that's why it's important to be mentally strong and to prepare for every eventuality or every possibility, try and have all bases covered.
And that's professional sports, isn't it? You always have to be ready on certain things, and Charles are trying to keep warm and keep us fresh and keep loose, because you don't want to get tight, you don't want to kind of get distracted by people you might see in the crowd, especially with Charles McDonagh. He's a big crowd brought in. You want to make sure your mind is on the game as much as anything at this moment.
Yeah, you can see what he's doing there. He's just using the ring now because to stay warm. He's in the zone, and it's very important that you don't come out of that and get distracted. I think we might be okay now. Referee is asking both boxers to go back to their corners, and here we go.
Yeah, Clug Captain UV in Nasavan. Clug fought to not skin time. Agus two curl both to do. Tread shot. Agus threads the gate from Meanwell. Charles McDonagh, Dungannon, Feirste. Darragh Bána agus tíbhile ho Kasey Bradnum as Essex in Sasana Dubh agus Bán Mine Eddie Tredgeach Donna maybe Eric Roth Dara over Richard Trades and shot.
Yeah, he's got a really good southpaw style and stance, makes it very, very awkward to land clean shots on. Very clever, real counter puncher, and although he has had a very successful amateur career, he never boxed at the elite level. Still very young, but another one of these fighters that could have done well in amateur boxing at elite level, but just said he had different plans and different goals, and that was more in line with the professional game.
Toast to come on, Hijjah. Because Dunlop keen to get a bit of space for Owen. We are going to be so pushing. Bradnum kan more Tráchtaireacht an air agus dá chus gur cross space chéile. Agus toastig má. Anti finish cé try to chonig muideach. Dunlop gearing carry boat and carry try to brutal. Gabriel mar Dornálaíocht profession ta. Of Clay Dassinchin. Dassig Nishkel, Egg McDonagh. Numad agus the second day agus ní tarog mór feici ante géad bóta. Don't be just níos ducur gon na multari. Gon Raiters a goal shot. Túri in it. Is ever to go on tónste. Kan on chéad bóta. Split one smach Urnuro.
I think his opponent is doing really good. It's good tactics from Kasey Bradnum, because he's not pulling the trigger. He's not falling into this false sense of security. He's keeping his shape, and as much as Charles, the Dream McDonagh, is trying to, dummy and set feints and try and make him punch to counter, he's still holding his ground, and he won't pull the trigger. So it's good. There's not a lot happening, but there's a lot happening.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, nice shot thrown by McDonagh there. Stach. Cleveroch. Agus Kasey Bradnum come on, paid it. Agus we show Dassinchin. Dunlop saw Ash. Agus going to come on toast to second cut it. Need to run a school. Then a Hijjah Crean and shot so Gade Volta. Agus Hijjah see Volta. Those are the kind of rounds there. Obviously the referee is scoring this. It's hard to get a score on that, isn't it? Because we had 2 minutes of probably feeling each other out, and then both landed a couple of shots, but nothing major.
Yeah, a bit of cat and mouse for the first 2 minutes, but like near the end, probably the best punch of the round came from Bradnum, and it was a left hook. He threw a double left hook. McDonagh rolled under the first one, but he got caught with the second one. And again, when there's nothing happening in rounds and there's just a couple of punches here and there, you're at danger of losing the round, because what does the judges remember? Near the end of the round, they remember the eye-catching shots. There wasn't many eye-catching shots in that round from Charles McDonagh, so he needs to change his tactics slightly, because this is only a 4-round fight.
It's over in a flash.
You can't really afford to lose a round, because you have to win all the other 3. And if you want to win the fight, so he's got to change his tactics a little bit. He's waiting on Bradnum to punch, but Bradnum is not punching. He's been very patient, experienced professional. He's lost a lot of fights, but he's played a lot of rounds under his belt, and he knows what he's doing. So he needs to. It'd be interesting to see what Charles can do to break down this very. See what he can do to break him down and penetrate that defence.
Scarsha happen. Agus a háchos tas an céile jib. Dá chosin Charles Gerald tíh mogan coiseach. Random cynal tíh stin tamar fad. The treadmill so pot. Jadzak ní sár Charles a héis cuppi kind of chach near.
He's got to come up with a second attack, because when he comes in with the first attack, Bradnum is moving out of the way, and then there's no follow-up. There needs to be a follow-up from McDonagh.
Can't you saw Charles? Leash my Eric, Donovan Raw. Couple Canelacha. Go on to meet, you saw Thompson. Bradnum a squealer, agus a vertical squealer couple pull and chin.
Yeah, good bit of work there, good head movement as well from McDonagh. You could see Bradnum was trying to hold on, and that's a good sign when you see a boxer trying to hold on. You know that they're feeling exposed or in a little bit of trouble. But he needs to put the foot on the gas now, McDonagh. He can't really, he hasn't got time, and he can't allow Bradnum. Bradnum will stay there all day. He's patient. He's liking this. He's happy with this. So McDonagh needs to set the pace. I have to say that's some really good work from Kasey Bradnum. Like the body shots that he landed there was very, very good. So this is a really tough challenge for McDonagh. His toughest challenge of his short career so far. He's only in his 4th fight. He's 3-0 as a professional, but there's no doubt about that. He's up against it here now.
McDonagh can't feet in the shot to Shagira. Screwed he's testing with the Dornálaíocht shot. McDonagh couple the shot to and Chinna get. The other key second. Falky. He's more on that trip. Bradnum Mahaniger your con Chinna. McDonagh Kach. Bradnum a bug a chligan. Good ass.
Very smart boxing from Kasey. You see what he's doing? He's floating the backhand. Look, he's just floating it, like he's just throwing it out there in the air. So what he's trying to do is make McDonagh come on to shots as well. So very tactical affair. Oh, there you go. Good backhand down the middle.
McDonagh squealach near lesh. Agus lift mach zamos about a do. Agus Conor Bradman sostig ma. Dungan Karen County need a guidey lesh.
When you're boxing somebody who has 35 losses and just 1 win, you're not expecting this. You're not expecting them to perform like this, but he's performing really well, and he's making McDonagh think very differently.
Second Falky, Dunlop, Kieran Sposs, Shannon Kieran. Twinnog Shanos, Kilsach. Nito good catch, good trying to sauce to make a good tee shot. Bradnum and Seattle shot a Nyart Tahi. And I was just saying earlier on, Eric, you know, when we were talking to yourself and Tom, we were talking to Mark about giving these young fighters experience. This is experience. You have to try and figure out a way now to win this fight.
There's no gimmies in boxing, and even though you'll have journeymen and road warriors and all that, and yes, they know their job and they're coming to, they almost lose. 99% of the time they're coming to lose, and they know that they're stepping stones for fighters. It's not that they want to lose, it's just that they know their role and they know that that's their career, that's the line of career that they choose. But every now and then you will get somebody that's just going to be refusing to lose on the night, and it'll make it very excuse me, very, very hard. Ryan Burnett has a job on his hands there now to inspire his guy to actually lift it to another level, because he's better than Kasey, but he needs to show it. This is going to be over in 2 more rounds. We're halfway there, and Kasey Bradnum is well in this fight.
Yeah, all about to cut it. See you both, Merchant. Because Jonas the Bishti, Darragug is born, Bradnum the Bishti, Dovug is born. Hannah hits it out to see shot. McDonagh. We're going to cuss away in Yismuach. Bradnum sauce to cussing to his comfort of his shot. Because controlling Cathal Bradnum and Tráchtaireacht. McDonagh getting spots Crohu. Hijjah. Out to no hole Rutal. You know, not Kerry Keen. I shouldn't see you can. Secure off Clayton now you brew. Bradnum the cock up a con. Crosses by McDonagh Thompson bookshot. A flag and Gama. Up a con the chain McDonagh. Can't ask it to McDonagh. Off talk of the fan flesh. Our camera smellach. Kekalor. Hater walk with McDonagh is a bit to Mishtuk and Loch of Loch Feich and Chachma.
Every time now. Every time that's been open.
Yeah, you can, you know, he's trying to have to give him that, but good uppercut.
Nice shot, yeah. Best round so far.
He needs to just keep the pressure on. Like, the fitness is there. He would have been training very hard in the gym. He's got to just keep the work on. You can see Kasey's coach is just he's very close to us, and we can actually hear his command, we can hear his instruction, and he's literally talking his fighter through the whole bout, step by step, telling them what to do, educating them as well as he's doing it, and it's pretty good advice, but like Charles McDonagh really just needs to finish strong.
About to sorbet to Isha Charles McDonagh. Become Das Kasey. No matter gets this second. I'm burning culturally well as Kasey. Couple of Canada. Gone of a fanacht. Is Kasey. Dornálaíocht BEO Sagashach. No shot. Random Tráchtaireacht is Con Kasey. East. Another shot. Bradnum Connor's Rater or Cleggan.
It's been a good round from Charles McDonagh. Like he has hit the target, head and body. A lot of times in this round. It's his best round so far. There's no doubt about that. But Kasey's still in this fight.
Das Jenny McDonagh. Hast du hier? Das auch die Gewinchen. For his second fucking out to Keith to Sarvik fair. Dungannon turns the dream McDonagh. English Kirch ma beginnish good second date there. Kirkana Lacha. Bradnum. Cousins come out. Definitely McDonagh's best round so far.
Yeah, no, his best round without a doubt. Yeah, but again, he needs to keep it up. He needs to finish strong, and he needs to have a commanding, a really dominant last round because he's still in the early part of his career. This is his first real test, I suppose, and excuse me, he's going to remember this fight. This is going to be a great learning fight for him. But he needs to finish strong and put any doubt around the decision and give the judges don't give the judges a headache when it comes to the final bell.
On the other side, in the red corner, Kasey Bradnum will be thinking, I won probably the first round. So if I win this round, I have a great chance of winning the fight.
Absolutely, and his coach will be telling him that he's well within this fight, you know. And like when you lose so many fights, you start to get hungrier, a lot more hungrier for a win. And a win is good for journeymen too on their career because it keeps them relevant and it actually keeps them a good test for promoters to use.
About to turn the person. Agus Charles McDonagh Kurtu a Charabua. Loch Clay das Jenny McDonagh. Random Tráchtaireacht agus. Taking children chance again. Tread shot Rutal. It is to kind of Rater for the Cleggan. Rachni the Rater. In see again Jenny McDonagh. The card east. Gosh, I've used Gnoe more vicious too. Can't count das Jenny get flashed to Bradnum. McDonagh card east. Game of father again Kira do side. Can't he's orange
nice work. Lovely.
Donovan come on to Krechtnu. Out to Dere. Bradnum a Kurtu. Beginning good trades. Tangamoy Bradnum Rollers Holcha Keen. Trying to bait him out.
Yeah.
Can't ask Jenny McDonagh Didi Hijjah here no Clay. Harash to Bradnum Bradnum it's all Hunye to Holm a Focky.
Look, he's throwing a lot of shots, but there's a very good tight defence here from Kasey, you know. And as much as there has been many punches going through, the majority of them are being blocked with this tight defence from Kasey. So he needs to be a little more very good. He needs to be a little more cuter in how he throws his punches and when he throws them.
Oh, cuts it. As well. That was a big combination. I guess you can rate your contest vertical one shot. Jennings Bradnum, Numad Focky. Out to Dornálaíocht. He's orange and McDonagh East. He's in count as far to cut again. Whether she have with Desha. Bradnum. Cousins come out. Charles Heineken Poker. Bradnum Keensett, Tarrant and Jennings. Queen Green. It's squeamish enough to see a second Focky. Brad McCann will to Jennings, Cousins ball to the McDonagh. Shanty Sugar McDonagh, third free. Rater. Agus Balrachri. Oscailte. Second dig, Focky. Second dig. From the Balrachri Runa. Burnett in his consent job. Kasey Bradnum. Can jump through second dig. Tanga Mugga vertical. Skili should leshinish. Can't ask it. Chinnig McDonagh. Cathal is asking it. And Newry. Keita Bradnum. Curtu couple of bullet. Second Focky. Tanga Mugga vertical. You don't want to ask it. McDonagh. Bradnum. Cousins. And it's a vertical.
Good last round. It was a good last round from Tráchtaireacht, and he did need to finish strong like that. He did. You could see Kasey Bradnum was looking across at his corner, and there was a momentary stop there for the shoelace. And he was asking his coach what's left.
Thank you so much.
In the round. You could tell that he was very tired. He was very, very unfit, and you just wonder if he actually put a bit more time and effort into his fitness and his training and his conditioning, how much of a force he could be.
Yeah, Simonish K a Rules and Concha. Keep to gate out in your tad on. Agus will live with Mark for secular Kenny McDowell. Agus Kasey Bradnum Rolawala, Sasana is Boer. No one a shot.
Okay, gentlemen, before we announce the winner tonight, let's show our appreciation one more time to fantastic young boxers here tonight. And your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 40-36 in favour of Charles the Dream McDonagh.
Grúta mar sin ag Charles the Dream McDonagh Cárthach tíocha sé chuile bóta Grútaige is a sásta gomála sin. We were saying Eric probably was nothing in the first round. He got all four, but he probably learned more than that.
Learned loads in that fight. The right winner won, but I think Kasey can find himself very unlucky not to get a share or maybe one round. You know what I mean? A share of a round or even one round there would have been, I think, just. But the right winner won, and he learned a lot in that fight tonight because he did have there was many questions asked of him. Still early days, but you know this is where you earn your coin and your craft. And Ryan Burnett will have, as a coach, he'll have learned loads there too to bring back to the gym, and that's where the hard work is done.
And I suppose that it's as Mark Dunlop, you know, the promoter was talking about, it's trying to get these guys good fights. We can all get fights, you know, that aren't going to really benefit them. But, you know, like Charles, that's his fourth fight in a year. You know, I'm sure, as you said, Ryan Burnett will have a lot to chew on for the next couple of weeks until his next fight. It's so important for these guys to learn. There's absolutely no point fighting, you know, fights that you're just going to walk through. He learned a lot there, and he'd probably be aspects he'd be trying to improve on as well. Loads
to improve, and I agree. Like, he's only a young guy. He made his debut in October of last year, so he's had four fights in that last 12 months. A great first year for him, and he needs to move onwards and upwards. And he will learn loads from tonight. Absolutely.
Marshall Dora threads Grúta ag Charles the Dream McDonagh. Following Conasar on chin. Cárthach tíocha sé Kasey Bradnum. Agus scorwanish. Much can't let Charles agus Donnaí on train Ollie Ryan Burnett chama. And the Dornálaíocht Isar Hanig Kamach as not shot of you. Agus Charles Sosta Gamamarson Oisin the Diamond goes to the Cake Charles the Dream McDonagh and Dorn the Conach. Oh, Threadinta on shot. And we were Dornálaíocht BEO. See Keen Fosa Tíocht. Agus in Cake Anella. Agus in Chimbe Jennings. Donovan in Comore. Kugu threads. Unishkel Kyle Smith in the third side. So thread shin. Paul Cummings. Play the Grúta Igna Dornálaíocht Bala. And a special sauce to Marshall Tahi. On it all in the end shot. Agus Neart action Fecky and your Dornálaíocht BEO. Charles McDonagh as Dungannon. Gunde Hiron. Keen as Keen in the school to get. Agus Fecky points in the Tommy Kanish Kajukusha Inish. And then the Hunsu made Dorid. We chat a bit of Dolphin Keen agus threads. Going to Baltimore Haitian. Happening with Béal like all the staff, Big Tommy as good chat.
And we're here with your winner, Charles McDonagh. How do you rate that performance tonight?
Yeah, it's a good performance. I was pleased with that. It was a tough, awkward opponent. I expected that, and
I handled them well there tonight, so we did.
Yeah, it was a bit of a kidsy start the first round or two, but then you warmed into it and you've done some really impressive moves. You know, you can see you've been working on stuff with Ryan in the gym. Did you feel that way? Did you feel that you've been working on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm on a 4-round fighter, to be honest with you. It took me 2 rounds to get into it. As the fights go up and more rounds go up, you'll start seeing better. Everything with me and Brian's working on in the gym is paying off, so just going to see better performance as fights go on.
Yes, definitely. I agree. More rounds would suit you because you were getting better as each round went on. What's your plans then? Are you going to take Christmas off or?
No, I'm off now next week, and then I'm back out 15th of January for a 6-rounder.
Oh, happy days. And Coach Ryan, how do you assess his performance tonight?
Thought he done well. He done what I want him to do. But in there, he boxed. He got the rounds in, and now it's just about that. Like I said, you'll see a better charge when he's up in the round. So I think when you see him in there with a 6 and 8 rounder, he settles into things after a round or two. So yeah, the more rounds will suit him better.
And 2026, what are we expecting to see from this young man?
It's a big push. We want to sort of push him on by the end of next year. We want to see him fighting for a title. That'll be the plan. Keep getting the experience, getting the rounds in, and towards the back end of next year, have a title around his waist.
Yeah, definitely good stuff. More than capable. Congratulations tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
And back to you.
Shag man Tommy, agus well, tichun Keenish can head tread elle, agus Cathal Jennings at third eye Matthew King, Jennings as Urchin Traw, agus King as Southampton. Both at CNCU trade engine, agus with the Montagna Vest, the thriller at the Milan shot, the Dushkert Chahar Vale Feirste, agus with action Magadi shot, with the Sula tradesman shot, agus Cathal as Urchin Traw, Moderma, Kenny McDowell and Chin on MC Fofi Raid going head trade elle. Shea both to see Keen of a Santi Gunshot. Mark Vaughan, agus where took up to stop Breathnach, Ed Mulle, Kate Cárthach card punt, Kate Cárthach Shea punt, agus Kate Cárthach Kuig, Punk Kuig. Agus on CU trades also Goran shot. Warren Burnett talking there, Eric, about pushing off for next year, getting the belt. There is nothing like having a belt in professional boxes, is there?
Yeah, look, and I thought Ryan was very, he had to be as well, he had to be very, I suppose, reasonable in his assessment of the fight. But when he's back in the gym, he will be talking to Charles about, getting off to a better start. You can't really, it's dangerous and risky taking 4-round fights when you've got a prospect who takes a round. Yeah. So, as Ryan said, he's back in January, he's going into a 6-rounder, and he won't go back to 4 then. It'll be 6 and then he'll move onwards and probably have a couple of 6. But if his best boxing is over, is after 2 rounds, then he needs to be moving that way. He needs to be moving that way, because you can just get somebody that will, and you can just come on stuck or undone, and then last thing you want is something.
We are ready for our fifth fight of the afternoon.
An asterisk on your
Would you please welcome
record in the early part
from
of your
Hampshire,
career.
Southampton.
But look, again,
boxing out of the red
these
corner
fights
tonight,
are invaluable
Matthew
because they'll
King.
learn so much in them, and they'll take it back and they will shape them and make him into a better fighter, all-around fighter.
What was right much as he both at sea, agus Matthew King, agus Eshin Siatersta, Savonia, Southampton.
And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from Newry, please welcome Cathal, the Barcroft bomber, Jennings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 145.5 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight, wearing red, black and white trimmed shorts, all the way from Southampton, Hampshire, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a big, big welcome, will you? Come on, one more time for Matthew King. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 146 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, boxing out in the blue corner tonight, wearing a very impressive white, black and gold trimmed shorts. Please give him a big, big, big welcome again, Cathal, the Barcroft bomber, Jennings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest in the welterweight division, scheduled for 6 by 3-minute rounds. Your referee, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., will now give his final instructions.
I spoke to changing, you know what to expect. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Threads of the team, Oisin. Agus Cathal Jennings, a Tráchtaireacht Matthew King and shot. Agus Hugh Russell Jr. Ray Turgan see about it. Oisin created. Ganohi, Shea Walton shot. Oisin Yartamag in vertical. Jennings. Agus Esh the Beastie Bána. Agus Dova King. Dova agus Darug. Agus Jennings threads. Chomel Feirste as Urchin Trot. Harwada shot at a more block clear than Shot big Nishinna. Jennings. Sich blind Dishach. Toiglach Tahi. Amateur Chamaige. King, couple boer vast tegen Kerkeljorig. Nu kan tegen een fiche trade agus kan hem aan geschikt Shalua. James kan tegen Ruger gered agus en Louis Gonjal.
He's all about business, Cathal Jennings. You know, he brought a big crowd here, sold a lot of tickets. Was a real talent during his amateur careers, won a hell of a lot, boxed at a very high level, but he went off, you know, he took a back seat for a while, gave up boxing for a while, and then due to a number of training sessions with Dan Anderson and a couple of pad work sessions, Dan just felt that he had more left in the tank, and he decided to go and take off, join the pro ranks, take off the vest and the headguard and give it a crack, and made his debut back in April of this year. Had 2 fights this year so far, and this is his 3rd one. It's 2-0, and he's looking quite good.
Yeah, 2 smart Kulish Gonchag as Cabrew, beginning Brew, and Matthew King and shot. King Gerelu in the rope here. Brew Shear. Right to run vertical Clegnet, and Kelach. Jennings Sustic man a 2 shot.
Oh, very good. He's got a very good presence in the ring, and you know he has a lot of ability, and he's well set to the professional ranks. Like he did say that even during his amateur career, he used to be thinking of the professional game. Oh, good, almost simultaneously hooks. He walked onto a bit of an uppercut there now as well. But he's been in the ring with a lot of good punches. Yeah, good. And there are some very good punches there from Matthew King.
Couple of punches in King that take a second. Kigra Cathal Bruch and Keen to Dyla King.
Decent record as well, 8 wins, 11 losses, but he is somebody that
Jennings in a could brew. A couple Kitogach New Irish about Anna Green. Vertical Falcon Glan Jennings could brew.
When he stands up and uses his long levers and his reach to his benefit, you can see that he's having a lot of success because he's 6 foot 1 inches tall. King.
Agus a chéad bó to Cúpnaí. Jennings keen to set them up. Lodge King. Folk up the count. Jennings came out. He definitely put the pressure on, but King landed a few nice shots.
He did. He did a great start. He did a great finish to the round. Cathal Jennings took off very, very well, and he took a commanding lead from the start. Dominated the round, pushing King back. Wasn't landing a lot of great clinical shots on the scoring areas of the body, but he was winning the fight. He was pushing him back, landing on the gloves and the arms. But near the end of the round, King started hitting the target, finding the pace. So good finish for him from the round. But again, Jennings at 30 years of age, he hasn't got a lot of time to wait around. During his amateur career, he's been in the ring with a lot of really good prospects, like current pros like Conor Wallace, Fergal Quinn, and he even sparred Tim Zhu, son of the great pound for pound king Costa Zhu. So he's been in the ring with top level opposition, but the break from boxing for a long time could be a big factor.
Coming in, both to do. Agus too small Jennings and shot as working throw. King into the go back. Con all in your chin. Jennings, Fadish, Tolgalen. Taking check of Willie Das and chin.
That was brilliant. A left hook right hand over the top. What a start to the second round from Cathal Jennings.
Conor Ledidach at your major quarter Ganchin. Hossa Jennings come on. About to hear the Ganchin go hauling again. Gagamore Fadag King at Southampton. But Tronny Sarda Hamach. Jennings a cut cup of Condas and Jin Yershit. Hugairshin Huglanchin. Dushin Jan Lochfechen and shot. Jennings are going to give a Bruchen King cup of Condas. Conor Listach at a Gorp. And a Mulliga King a cut Condas at Ash.
Yeah, took a couple of shots there now, Cathal Jennings. This is a very good fight for him. A really good opponent. One that's come to win.
Vertic was squealing Chinach Cathruck of Bullensbrook. King your country will have a clay. They should get to a ball of Sockreen. Mavi, return of Raleigh. Trade match on Ishta Jennings is squealing. King a Hain. Ger Brug is Girvet. Cousins man Chin. King is squealing Connach. Which Tadach on air and Thompson. Jennings is session Chin should Dasog. Connor should get Tog. Jennings and Sugar Brew or King. Couple of cuts at Asha King. That's a good Tarrant is a Hayden Chin.
It's just one thing on his mind, Jennings, and that's just come forward and just destroy. And he has a broad big crowd with him as well, and they're egging him on. No matter, just when he steps forward, you can hear the roar and you can hear the noise levels. Great work.
Condas, yeah. Condas Jennings on both to Sar. Conor Ledasic Cathal Jennings. Talnuma Degeg to King Free again. Trying off with composure. Feckin' chance to Conor Ledas. Hasha Kilmore. Let's get to it. Newry. Jennings is bullet at Gorp.
Yeah, it's starting to become. It's starting.
Condas Ellen Jennings.
Brilliant work. It's just relentless pressure, isn't it? And it's starting to become a bit of an issue for Matthew King, the Cobra King. He's just feeling the pressure. He's not used to having, I suppose, an opponent just coming non-stop, relentless consistency in front of you. So,
a vertical was screen and Chinnagus thought full out through Cathal Jennings.
Yeah.
Keen to be Matthew King free Vroon Thompson. King still landed a few, but Jennings, he's just relentless coming forward.
And you can see the difference between King's punches and Jennings' punches. Like, you know, when King lands his shots, they're not having the same effect as Jennings' shots on King. And there's only 2 rounds down, and this is a 6-round fight. You get the impression that it's going to be a long night for King if it keeps going in this same fashion.
Yeah, Cathal Jennings agus door both Tamán sin. Takes a lot of energy though to be that, I suppose, when you're coming forward all the time, you do take some hits, but that's the way he fights. Maybe that's why he's selling tickets, because he's a very enjoyable fighter to watch.
He's very exciting, absolutely, and I'm enjoying watching him as well. He's just, as I said, he's all business. He just goes for it, and I think that, you know, that's what we like to see. There's a real fighting character to him.
I'm making your professional debut in your 30s. Nothing wrong with that, Eric.
No, but like again, he's fighting like somebody that is 30 years old.
But you, when you did that, you know that time is not on your side at one stage. You do have to kind of climb the ranks quick enough, don't you?
And I think that's why he's boxing somebody that's a very good level opponent as well. This is this opponent has a very good record, and this opponent came to win.
Jennings Cathal Shane Shocking Lua Tanchamahan Skippy. Right to roll up. Shasta Shear. James Adisha Clay Gera. Kostichin Bishop King Ahina Kashi Karash Kupikon. Irish Conchin. Oh, Willie Law did. King of Brugaveg on the chug is a vertical. Right Tucker Stuplish Chin. See Keena's shaking. And shot. See who trades. Hart MHD Promotions. Thriller at the mill and shot Dushker Chahad. Phil Feirste. Matthew King vertical Mishigerva. A brew. Begging you me Clachter Samota shot. He's a good Corpus at the chin.
He likes that left hook to the body. If he can just mix it, bring up something after it. Maybe touch up to the head and then down to the body as well. Just, you don't want to King is almost anticipating it, because Jennings is relying on it a lot, but it needs to mix it up.
Vertical Mishaka.
Or maybe even when he hits that left hook to the body, then split the guard with a left hook straight up to the head. Tip the body and then drive it through to the head.
That's King Jennings Ainger and Kitukshin. Oh, vertical chin. A screen of Contastic Jennings and Dasog. After Matthew King Ahina Con Ishil Dassinchin. Like Jennings. King Fosa Cousins. Numad Fos. A mounted seat. Rater. Shastach. Second Sheplish to Jennings Ashtach Condas Glan. As you get Togan. King of Cardash of New Ramshire Shansbrook. Condas a King and Chin. Paid again. Rhys Jennings, Dasog, Das, Diedoch. Con and a Gorp, Diedoch, Shtit. So not that King Shifte and the Beast yet. King is stopping Chinnagus, Jennings. Signature John Brucher, Condas. Diedoch, she's Socklan.
Great conditioning from Jennings. He's really got very good conditioning, good fitness, keeps coming forward punching. And King doesn't like this pace at all. He's got tight gloves, tight hands, and you can see that he's slowed down. He's come down off his toes. He's walking around now, King. So again, he's just feeling the pace of this fight. But Jennings needs to be a little bit more methodical in what he's doing. Just a little bit. If he can just, again, another good round, a good round for him. But sometimes he just goes gung-ho and throws. If he can just have it just a split second, just get close, bring the feet. He's in good positions, but what he does is he looks down at the ground and throws some of the punches in. Not exactly looking where they're going. If he can just refine that and just try and fine-tune it, and if he lands on the sweet spot, there's a very good chance that he could put a stop or put a halt to King here tonight. And that would be an absolutely incredible that would be an incredible performance for him in this venue in front of all of his home fans.
Yeah, keen to slow more ballistach like Cathal Jennings. He's a turn tunnel to go now. Shasostigma, yeah, Balda. sí cína sé cín agus fáfiú réig an Carabao it's clear even us looking in here to Matthew King corner. You know, as you said, he's getting tired, he was getting a bit messy, he was getting a bit, you know, he was trying to drag Cathal in, as you have to do, but...
Yeah. He has a very good coach in his corner, though, Michael Ballinghall. He is father of two very successful boxers, Lucas Ballinghall and Mikey McIntosh, former world title contender and challenger, and so he's been around boxing very, very long time, and he's got good experience. So you can actually see that he's even coming out in this round with a little bit more intention.
Techan Keane one is move. The Cathal couple con chin Matthew King. Agus tá séis Jennings a hortu or no rope ag nín fulled. Vertical. Jennings reached. Glán is gé kan nach ní guide is beetje kan more korte ga. Can't Jennings.
You see, this is you see what I was saying, Carty. There's a lot of shots going in from Jennings here, and he's just letting them rip, and a lot of them are kind of slapping or hitting the back, and it's wasting a lot of energy, exerting a lot of energy, but not getting a lot of reward for them. So if you just took a second, maybe touch the side of King's defence, just touch it and teed up these shots, and then split the uppercut or split the guard with an uppercut or come in behind him. But every punch seems to be full power, full whack, and he's only landing with a small percentage of them, but wasting a lot of energy.
It's a mouth to Cathal and Shea Keane. Can you run a full son? And you saw chin. Jennings done shot. King a hand cut. Carl Jennings a plug in the walk up by knee smooth. First took him a conscience. King Falcon and love Clay das.
He actually has a good jab, Jennings, but he doesn't use it enough, and it's the jab normally that sets up a lot of punches and sets up a lot of openings to land some good shots.
Over the foot to Matthew King to go with that Jennings. He saw the das and chin. Jennings Irishker Koch. King a turned it.
But I'm really glad he's come back and decided to come back from his sabbatical with boxing, because he is an exciting fighter, and he is somebody that I think can be involved in so many more big fights and potentially go on and maybe look at some domestic titles even. So
yeah, you're probably looking at BOI Celtic titles after this, maybe 6 rounders. Carl Gadassa, Carl Gadassa, Carl Jennings a chin. King Ahina, Carl Asha. King Sausage Gunshot, Jennings, a bullet Condas. Angus Kerabota. Kata. As you said, Eric, it takes a lot out of you, though. You're consistently drawn. We saw a glimpse or two of single shots and then moving back as well in that round, which we probably haven't seen in any other round from Carl Jennings.
Yeah, and like, you know, sometimes as much he's winning the fight. He's winning the fight. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I just feel for the reward that he's getting, he's having to work very, very hard for it. If he was able to kind of just, I suppose, preserve a little bit more energy, be a little bit more efficient with his work, and he would then have a little more, I suppose, energy down the stretch, because he's starting to feel the pace now as well. Yes, he's in a commanding lead, but he's actually struggling in the corner, struggling. You can see the fitness. I know he's been out boxing for a very long time. But again, this is learning. It's all learning for him as well as it is for his opponent.
Yeah, Carl Jennings Martin. Far out to Chazor and Trot. Into the Gamagati shot, Matthew King. Putting your 5 in the hole, he's a vertical Cagalor. They're about to turn on just Shea Keane. Couple of too small Jennings that Galorgan the boaty. Country that's it east to see it for all. King of Gear Kashir up to Jennings Gear Vushir. King of Das Jinnach, you know, Mitch Kotlish. Jennings at east King.
You can
Good
see
movement
that
there.
King is actually getting a kind of a second win now as well. Like, you know, he looked like he was very tired in the third, fourth, but like he's getting a bit of a second win. And Jennings is looking a bit tired now.
King is moving better now, isn't he? And he's throwing more. Jennings, a vertical position.
I suppose every punch like Jennings is throwing is full of power. Everyone doesn't have to be power shots. You can tee them up and set them up. Jab, I'd like to see him more working more jab. He's very good jab, and then when he switches it into a left hook to the head or left hook to the body, it's a very effective weapon.
Yeah, Ballymushin sees both Kuig to King. Give a Cousins a chin.
Do you know what? This is a really good fight. It's a really good fight.
Yeah, on Warfrod, Connoisseur, Gadisha Sneaker. King may pay the full to Siachtain. Jennings will lure. Cárthach could become Bunsen Chinnig. King in his free view again. Could be going to King. Cousins come on, Cousins, Bugger Force again. Contested King. Jennings, a Cathal. Another one, a to Kuig. Palmer Fad, Carl Jennings, a Bruch and Keen. I thought. King sauce to Cousins, you know. Cousins back, come over, cut it, love Das Ogan Chinach. King and Usher Kach. Carl Jackson, Carl Jennings, a bug, Gazas Jen. King at East,
King's corner is telling him he's winning the round easy as well. So trying to inspire his opponent, trying to keep him in the fight. And that's it's good corner work. It's really good coaching work because he did look dead and buried there a while ago, but now he's after been resurrected.
Yeah, the third round, his feet were completely static. Where this round, he's moving a bit more, and he's landed a few shots.
Yeah.
King of East in Thompson, Jennings get off and Goulding bull ticket. Couple of second Della Fockey's about to shot.
Oh.
Jennings a Dasso got King of Hain across here. Angus, Kugu Bouta. Angus a vertical ball. Stachel Jonah Cooney. Bouta one Fockey there. Cathal Jennings. Angus paid it. Grutiga Gadisha. Can see Bouta against Matthew King. Ochkeen as Angus as Nigeen Dig. Fad. Bouta shape, Bouta Jonah. Tiat Anya shot. Bill Dunlop, Bill Sport TG4 channel on YouTube. Go for MHD Productions. Angus Eric, this is when the corner man you're listening to Matthew King's corner there because you know this is the last round.
Yeah, look, they're saying all the right things because they know that he has more in him. Like they know that he has a bit left in him, and yes, he's out. He looks like he's out on his feet, but they're trying to really inspire him now to dig down to the soles of his boots because they believe that their opponent Jennings is tiring, and he is tiring, and that was King's best round, the 5th round. This is the final round.
Yeah, 13 took a shot into Jennings against King.
Jennings is in the lead, there's absolutely no doubt about that, but needs to not give Matthew King any hope or ambition like he got in that last round.
I think Jennings a Makalaudin. Féidir an Contra Rutal, agus Beijan Treid Rutal. The Contas got second vertical, agus in a squeal a Laura Wanya. King of Cock, Kitogan Chinnig is a bugger. Look like Dasach. Jennings a Hainter to Dash. Jennings the Soren Chin, in Conchin Glon. King of Bullach. Cousins Gadasa called Jennings a King. A squeal Yonchin a Jennings near Hangush a Shigonchin. Agus Cunha. Matthew King was saying they're miles more, not that fair. But King a Hain, Gernishker, Kasha Kupikon of Rutal. Conhesion and check Matthew King.
One thing is for certain is both of these fighters are going to be sore tomorrow.
A lot of shots fired in these 6 rounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of effort going in from both fighters, and it's been a great fight. It's been a tactical affair. It's had strength, endurance, skill, has had everything, and hats off to these two fighters on a great fight.
9 second Focky. Jennings again, couple of canal will it. Canal is stuck in the hasty. Shen canal is on, bully sort again. There's couple of canal like Kriechnu. King of Kasey is a car. Oh, that's a car. Jennings is well shot. One shot, Cousins Béal, she gone shot.
That was a very good combination. 1-2 left hook and knocked the gum shield out King's mouth. Probably wasn't helpful towards Jennings. Sometimes the referee would allow the action to continue.
King is second Fock, Shin, John Jasik, Jennings and Shin. Shashanska King, Shin, Cousins Béal, Shinol. John Jasik, Carl Jennings, Notion. King free through Nish again. See how cool second Focky.
Some really solid shots been landed there from Cathal Jennings, and that's exactly what Dan Anderson, his coach in the corner, would be wanting at this stage of the fight.
Second he's doing nothing to the King against Jennings. Jennings is here on Keen and Tomer Fad. Vertical Torshunish. Takach Dátún Chigira. Ugach Turskin. Twedias Urchin Tra. Couple of bullets there enough. None of down at the Focky. Candas put the King a hand in chin. Jennings a brew vertical with Turshu. Agus Shinny. And see who trade the hard trades are fad. Thread the Hijjah shot. It's our Cathal Jennings against Matthew King. Fight of the night so far, Eric.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Good fight. Great fight. Well done, two fighters. I think, again, Jennings, I know he's been out of the ring for a very, very long time. And the fact that he came back as a professional at such a, you know, an older age means that he hasn't got time on the side, so he has to take these big tests and big fights. So, good performance from him. Good win from him. I know the official score has to be read out, yeah, but I think he's safe.
Yeah, he's from within score on rate. So goes O'Kenny. Dowell gone second. Goes Cathal Jennings against Matthew King on Treasure Fall, but Jennings against the fight. Vertical Turshak by Eric Donovan all up in Zushke. And Raitor.
Again, great respect between two fighters. 6 rounds of good action there now from both of them, and it's great to see.
Keinte vertical van Sosta agus Treidma. With it, Salacht on Tadmarshin. Captain Gould Mudray, Breathnach, la Rolstach, Egan Sinish, Kenny McDonagh, Gavekwood, Kehru, Treads, Everett.
Before we announce the winner tonight, can we show our appreciation one more time? Two fantastic young boxers here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 59-57 in favour of the blue corner, Cathal, the Falkirk former Jennings!
On Treads good sit at Cathal Jennings, Cregan Lee, Cregan
shots.
Matthew
King. Thank you, Matthew.
On over their fault to the Gaverta Cup. Fair result, Eric, 59-57. Matthew King did fight well, did win a round or two, but Cathal Jennings overall was really pushed the pace, and you know he's finished strong as well.
Yeah, I think it was a fair scoreline. You know, it's by 2 rounds to Cathal Jennings. I think that's fair. Yeah, look, onwards and upwards. And he, I mentioned before about being his age and taking these tests. He needs them, and he has also got a lot of amateur pedigree. So he's not somebody that's starting out young, inexperienced. He has a lot of experience. He's been in the ring with a lot of good opposition, and when he steps in at this level, it's only going to sharpen him up. It's only going to develop him even further. And
just at this stage of events tonight,
yeah, well done to his team, and well done to him. If you could give us
the very, very best of order.
The
very best of order, please. Thank you so much. You've been an absolutely wonderful audience tonight. The British Boxing Board of Control and our area representative, Mr. John Gray, is going to come into the ring to make an inaugural presentation on behalf of the British Boxing Board of Control. Also, please welcome into the ring along with him Mr. and Mrs. Cooney. Where are you, Mr. and Mrs. Cooney? Where are you? Where are you sitting?
in February of this year, John Cooney, my fellow MHD stablemate, tragically lost his life after defending his title in Ulster Hall. So this award that is being presented today is in honour of the late John Cooney, and would like to give him a round of applause, please, in memory of John Cooney. A great champion all the way from Galway. Could we have John's parents please to the ring? John Cooney's parents, please to the ring, if they're in here. Sorry, it's John's brother who's here. John's brother, Aaron. Could we have you to the ring, please? John, Aaron. Aaron, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. The Cooney family, they've travelled all the way from Galway for the show tonight to present this award for the Young Boxer of the Year in Northern Ireland.
I think the whole boxing community in Ireland was deeply affected by John's death, and we in the British Boxing Board here in Northern Ireland wanted to commemorate John's contribution to the sport of boxing. So we decided that we would have an award called the John Cooney Memorial Trophy, and that is to be awarded to the best young boxer we have on our books. At the moment, we decided that the best boxer under 25 and under in Northern Ireland is the current EBO featherweight silver champion, Colm Murphy. Who I know is somewhere in the building.
Well done, Colm. Colm also part of the MHD stable, and congratulations. A big round of applause again. I'd like to thank the Cooney family for making the presentation, and through this award, John's memory will live on. Thanks very much.
An as ar fád sin a goibhne John Cooney as chun na gáil bheith chun na Dornálaí óga ítach fearbhíoch mar grúige chama, and just saying Eric there, you know, in Galway, who's obviously known as a great boxer, a great barber, everyone that went into him, he'd always talk boxing. That was his dreams, and you know it was he's shown so much potential. But it's lovely that his family can come up now and present this nice award, and to give it to the likes of Colm Murphy, who's a talented, brilliant boxer, and a guy that knew him as well, is lovely.
You know, it's just, it still gets me, and I think of John. He's sadly missed, you know, by us all in the boxing world, and nobody more than his own family, and it's great that they were able to come down here and present the trophy that is going to live on in John's memory. And congratulations to Colm Murphy on being a worthy winner as well of that. He's doing really, really well. But what a champion boxer John Cooney was, and somebody that I sparred many rounds with, and somebody that gave me incredible
I'd like to introduce to the ring
and
the Lady Mayor of Antrim and Newton Abbey, Miss Leah Kirkpatrick, please, to the ring.
John Cooney.
And Leah's going to say a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. You're very welcome to our theatre at the Mill. I hope you have been enjoying the wonderful atmosphere, and I'd like to say thanks to Mark Dunlop for bringing this event to Newton Abbey. Congratulations to Colin Murphy on winning the Northern Ireland Boxer of the Year award. As was mentioned, a very special award, as it is the inaugural John Cooney Memorial Award. It is great to see John's family here today, and I hope that you're filled with comfort and pride knowing that his legacy continues to live on through the sport in which he loved. It's great to see so many young boxers coming through, and I hope that events like this inspire other young ones to join their local boxing club where a great community will be waiting for them. I'll keep it brief because I know that you're here for the action. So lastly, I'd just like to say a massive good luck to our own local lad, Kyle Smith, and his opponent, Paul Cummings, for our main event tonight. I'll be cheering you on from the ringside. Thank you.
All right, Lady Murr, thank you. We'll get back to the action very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy McCarthy, come on! Big round of applause. Just at this stage of the game, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to draw the raffle. So if you get your raffle tickets out, you never know, you may be a winner tonight. Thank you so much.
Threads a bhés fós a tíochtain, dá threads mór, agus in Carú Con a tíochta gan cúpla númad. Agus Hijjah McMahon as Belfast Feirste Owen Durnan as Sheffield a Sasana Shnai Chéad threads eile bhés arbán. And the thriller at the Mill, Dornálaíocht BEO and Carú threads, man Michal Yachama, Oisin Cian Vianney's Tuish Kid, Cathal Jennings, agus Matthew King, Bishop at House of Father. Agus in the Oisin, both to more and lay on main event Modernshit, agus Paul, the Tess Cummings, a third eye, or Kyle Smith, on Far Otu and shot. Agus Mudu Sulish, Do, Ha, more shot. In cake on Element Dermot, as McMahon, third eye, on Durnan.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the raffle now. VIP table raffle, table number 2.
The original competitions company, from supercars to dream homes to life-changing cash. When you play with Orkings, you play with the best. Orkings Competitions, the originals, the only, the kings.
Fáilte Jug Dornálaíocht BEO Tuisceart Chaid Béal Feirste Pábóta fóta tíochtain Anseo don óile MHD Promotions Mark Dunlop agus Eric Donovan in Hijjah and shot for Eric, you know, Mark obviously an MHD, you know, they have like you that had like Tommy, and you can see the young boxers coming through getting opportunities. You need a good promoter to give you those opportunities, and that's something that Mark can give you. You've seen, you know, we have Kyle Smith is going to fight later on. He's been on nice cards already. Getting those opportunities, if you can't get them, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, Mark is very good at it as well, like, you know, and if you think about the professional shows that he has built, and even the fighters that he's built over the years, you know, he puts time and effort and investment into them, and most of his shows are 5-6 fights max. He's not one to put on this, like, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15 fights. People are here all day, and maybe the first fight starting at 2 or 3 o'clock, and you're here till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. He's not interested in that. He wants small, intimate gigs where people can come and actually enjoy quality boxing. And if you look at the fights tonight as well, there was no stoppages yet.
No.
You know,
good matchups.
Good matchups, good tests, and that's what people want to see. And he has done a great job with the likes of James Tennyson. I was talking about Tommy McCarthy, Paul Hyland, myself, and he's brought us all on to great success. And he done that by putting us in good development fights.
Over to get Marshin. Mar sin Bémod Bustach ag ceann na Tráchtaireacht Dornálaíocht Tommy McCarthy.
And we are here with Cathal Jennings after a hard-hitting contest. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, Tommy, I felt good. I felt a wee bit like I probably went away from the game plan a wee bit too much, but like it was a good experience. Around 6 rounds, a good operator there. I have good experience. No, it's my 3rd fight there. Usually people are still sticking around the 4 rounds at this stage, so good to get the 6 hard rounds. They'll stand by me.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good step up. It's good that you've got the rounds in the bank. You know you can do it. And like I said, it was a hard-hitting contest. I think you touched form early on and you went gun-ho in. You were looking for the knockout. Did you feel like you could have got it?
I felt I could hurt him. You know, he surprised me inside, Tommy. Like I felt like he was I was going to be able to bully him a lot more. Like I came in that weight quite big myself, like, but he was a big operator. But I felt like I probably went full steam ahead too quick. Dan was telling me to, you know, take it back a wee bit. Like I was like a raging bull in there, but like as you know, like see when I'm in there and fighting, like sometimes I just get stuck in, you know. I'm usually in there for a war, like, which can be a downfall at times, you know.
Well, like you said, it's only your 3rd fight and that'll all come with experience. He was a very experienced operator in there, and I think maybe that's seen him through to the end of the 6 rounds, because you were catching with some lovely shots, and a referee could have stepped in, a different referee maybe would have stepped in. What did you feel about the performance, Don, as a coach?
I felt he boxed well at times, but just a bit more patience is what he needed, you know what I mean, and taking a wee half step backs and just trying to set things up more. So I was trying to get him to compose himself, but he was like a raging bull, so I kept saying the word composure and shouting in composure. But he boxed. Listen, hardest or easiest thing to do, you get a win. No, like it's whenever you lose in a situation like that, that's when we've got a problem, obviously, and you'd be worried. But a win's a win, and look, great experience for him. He put it on him, as you said. He touched for him early, and then maybe he went gunning for him instead. Then, do you know what I mean? So that's where we've come up to, obviously.
And what's your plans then for the rest of the year? Are you going to stay in the gym or?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've only come into welterweight there. Like I made the weight quite easy. I'm actually thinking of moving down. I think I just need to keep my composure a wee bit more in there, Tommy. You know, well, I should have been listening to Dan a wee bit more. You know, sometimes I get touched there and I'm just like biting down the gum shield a wee bit too much. I need to get back into the head movement, not taking shots, not shot for shot, you know. But gonna stay in the gym, you know. Hopefully get a fight in around February time, you know. Enjoy a bit of food over Christmas, and yeah, just keep her lit.
Well, you've earned it. Congratulations tonight. And we've got promoter of the night, Mr. Mark Dunlop. Come on in. We're saying that it was a real exciting fireworks going off in the ring there. How did you feel about the fight?
I thought it was fantastic. What it was, whenever I spoke to Dan, his coach at the start, he said he wanted to step up. Cathal wanted to step up, and believe me, like there's not many kids would fight Matthew King in the 3rd fight, wasn't it? Like, and I thought he'd done fantastic because he's in with experience, tough, strong guy, and really like. He's going to learn so much from that there, so much than emptying somebody, you know, like really, I'm really taking my, and I thought you were fantastic, like 100%, really good, like, but as I say, listen to the main man in the corner, you know, I didn't know who was going to have a heart attack, me or him, but like, but he's calmed down, but let him say it, but thanks very much, brilliant.
And Mark, before you go, Mark, this is your 3rd fight of the year, or your third show of the year?
Yes.
Are you planning to get Cathal out next year on some more shows, or have you got any plans for him?
This is booked for Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. We're going to call it the Valentine's Day Massacre. But it's a Saturday show, so we don't know. We don't know. It's a long way. But it's booked, and we really want to come back here. It's fantastic venues, everything that we need, and it is only 10 minutes out. Everybody can park. It's easy to set up, easy to take down, and. Yeah, the surroundings are fantastic, but as I say, I can't do it without these guys, and they've all stepped up to the mark tonight. And as I said, they're all in learning fights. Yeah. You know, there's no title fights tonight, but they're in good fights. They're going to get something from. In fact, Cathal will shoot up the rankings now because of that. They're very good. And yes, and you know what it's like then when you to get yourself.
And I appreciate the opportunity.
No, 100%. No, and Dan as well. Dan has me tortured. Thank Dan, not your manager. He has me tortured every time. Every time I wake up in the morning, I hear a noise and I look down, it's down at the end of my bed, shaking my toes. Get up, I want him out, I want him on. But no, fantastic.
Yeah,
thanks very much, but we're ready to rock and roll anyway.
Good stuff. Yep.
Okay, thanks very much.
Right. Well done, lads. Congratulations. Yep, back to you.
And And that was, as I say, Tommy, that was really, really moving for John's family. How hard must that have been to actually, come here and give that inaugural trophy out, that the British Boxing Board of Control have now, introduced for John's memory. Honestly, it was like, I couldn't get in the ring myself, but I would be honest with you, like, they're so brave, and, hope all the winners of that their trophy, go on to do real good, proud things.
Definitely.
All right.
Yep. Thanks very much, Mark. Yep. Back to you.
Shagabanga Tommy, August Mark, August Dean Anderson, Dan Anderson and Chin, August the Cárthach, poor Mark, Cathal, Jennings, and Eric. It was interesting, to hear Cathal saying the same thing, that he probably should have kept a bit more composure, but when the fight is in you, it's hard to kind of not, bite down on the mouth guard and just go for things. But I suppose, again, if that's one thing he learned tonight, it's a massive going forward, because if he's on the card maybe in Valentine's Day or some other fight, I'm sure in February or January, those are the things you're going to need to do. But it's nice to see a boxer straight away understand, okay, that's something straight away I can practice in the gym the next couple of weeks before he enjoys his Christmas dinner in December.
Yeah, look, he's a smart kid. When I say kid, he's a smart man. He's old enough. He knows, and it's been a win-win-win for him tonight, because he won the fight. He has learned so much about what he needs to do the next time, and also he has gone up the rankings because he took on a very good opponent, an opponent that has good ranking points. So Mark said it there as well. There's no biting him coming in against somebody and just blitzing them out of it tonight, and then he gets the win, stays where he is, and doesn't go up. But tonight, he got the win, moves up the rankings, and learned valuable lessons. So all around, it's been a very good night for him so far. And he is going to go on. What I like to hear a fighter, he's very critical of himself as well. But I like to hear a fighter that has an open mind and is not full of his own kind of, what would you say?
Self-importance maybe, or kind of.
Yeah, because sometimes when people get a win, they're like, I won, it doesn't matter, I won, I won. So even in a win, he's able to say, okay, I won, but there's loads that I have to work on. And yes, what I done tonight was enough to get me over the line. But as I step up these rankings, I'm going to come up against somebody where tonight's performance not going to be enough. So I got to fine tune, I got to get better. And so that's the attitude you want to hear from your fighter. So I'm impressed by him. I really did admire his style and his performance, and I look forward to watching him again.
Yeah, Cathal Jennings, Session of Rue on Siu Con, Kate Threads Gute, Egg Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop, Angus Charles McDonagh, and Dornálaíocht, Angus Mar Hoink with the Chain, Cathal Jennings, Gruttal, Angus the Gruttal, Quiggany, Quigga Shot, Kinte, Bauta, Moore on Tununa, the Hijjah Tacht, Fos Henry, because Kyle Smith, Session at Threads, we can't beat it in a bit, food in my dig. Tour session Ayer Paul Cummings a provision to Sula Threads Ivida Car agus Dina Bansult as on Tununa agus Bansult as Dornálaíocht BEO shot Sport TG4 or YouTube Sport TG4 agus Mark Dunlop a kind of free Later Court Yelloways Tuchman Keenach all in work into Hijjah Knots agus well work again Hullahana in the thread tonight agus atmosphere das and Chug is a well atmosphere das on. Really nice atmosphere, Eric. It's a kind of a different atmosphere, isn't it? Sometimes you come into to different cards anywhere, never mind in Ireland. There can be kind of that kind of, I suppose, that explosion. It's a really nice kind of, I suppose, friendly in a strange way atmosphere, which is kind of rare at a boxing night.
Yeah, what I like about it is it's a confined place. The people in the fighters in the ring, they almost feel like the crowd here are standing just outside the ropes or sitting just outside the ropes and watching. They're so close, and it's so intimate and it's so personal, and it is good. You're right, everybody's friendly, it's a good atmosphere, it's a nice vibe, and even the fights, all of them were close, there were good matchups, but there was no nastiness, there was no kind of nothing untoward happening. A really good positive night of boxing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our co-main event of the evening. Please give a big Belfast welcome from Sheffield, Yorkshire, Owen, the Test Durnan. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring tonight from Belfast, Hijjah McMahon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 150.4 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight. Would you please give him a big, big Belfast welcome one more time, please? From Sheffield, Yorkshire, Owen, the Test, Dornálaíocht. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 151.7 pounds, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, with very impressive grey, white and red shorts on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big Belfast welcome one more time. Hijjah McMahon! Ladies and gentlemen, this welterweight contest scheduled for 6 by 3 minute rounds. Hugh Russell Jr. will now give us final instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, which is the changing, you don't expect. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Sean McMurray mar sin main event agus Fairvale Feirste Hijjah McMahon agus é sin na tuairt ar Owen Durnan as Sheffield.
Second time, round one.
Agus is sto má bailísteach an seo ag Hijjah agus McMahon mar sin. Sna brístí gárad Bán agus Dubh agus Durnan sa chuide Dubh agus Oriste. Agus chead cín grú tuige. Fé ceir bliain d'aois mar sin rís tá héigin ní se ó beidir rís gona Donnaí chunig muid trúna. Tá naim leis an cantar rotal go se doras cho beidir go cá go Christnaí. Bhí Celtach Tús agus láid an seige. Gur breúir Durnan Hanahain.
Really good positive start from Hijjah McMahon. He's 3-0 at the moment, so it's only his fourth fight. Still very early days in his professional career, but only 24 years of age. He has something about him. And his opponent, Owen Durnan, is 25 years of age. Again, more of a losing record than a winning record, Durnan, but never been stopped. never been stopped, and Hijjah McMahon said he would like to become the first person to do that tonight. And if he does, that would be a big statement.
Yeah, too small, Gigas. Keitsa McMahon took out Canis. Agus, take a easy again shot. Still bra. Harka out Bala.
He's throwing a nice right uppercut into the solar plexus to the body. I'm not sure if it's landing clean, but if it does land clean, it will be it will knock the wind out of the sails of Owen Durnan, and that's for sure, because it's a screw punch up to into the solar plexus. He's trying it. He's been setting it up. That one there has been more straight, but there it is.
Yeah,
again, just a little bit off target.
You're in conscience, Socreenach. Derek Donovan. As you're in conscience, Crohu Tamerfad. McMahon. Couple contest with it. Keintse Iganis. There's a lot of one, you guess. You more cut it Ashig, turning force. Hijjah you're Bruchred. Turning. Cousin took a D shot. Got more cut it Ashig. Second fucking kid Walter, Shea Walter, facing Gon Chachama. Agus in thread shot, Agus hit Tredella. Our whole thread na Hijjah. McMahon Cathal and Das Okshanach. Into Bala Socreen, Agus Cust to the Journal, couldn't have brewed, Count Das Tida Chin. Egg McMahon.
Nice bit of work there from McMahon. Just got Owen Durnan on the ropes and landed a very good 1-2. A solid right hand went in and landed flush on the jaw.
Count more Cárthach. Durnan and Cousins come out. Agus Aileen Shaway, a couple second focus a gate about the shot. He had to walk with Durnan, just basically could brew good in McMahon. More Cárthach. A comfortable, composed first round for McMahon.
Yeah, good first round. Durnan doesn't look like he's in any major trouble, because he's still he's got a good, he has minimized a lot of the work, or I suppose mitigated a lot of the work that has come from McMahon in the first round, but it has been a dominant round. McMahon won, unanimous on all the scorecards, but he hasn't hit the target flush on many occasions, and that's due to the very clever defensive work from Durnan, who just ties up enough when he gets him in the inside, and it's just as a high enough defense. Clever enough, blocking the body and all. A real wiry old pro with good experience. And it's no surprise that he has never been stopped in 34 losses. So that's something that a fighter like him will take great pride in.
Yeah, keen to go chat Lord Drugus Kroger. Fantish go Tower Bota. Trinally to go the Hijjah. Man, it is to go. Canis a lower one, you can spot in a Crohu Rohain and Tamerfad. Couple of clay Cárthach. Turn the Cousins come out the Gale Gominic Weich, Nietzsche Kam, Mitch and Ash. Mahanish Gira, Frushir. Conscience as Count Zirach. Mitch and Kurtelesh.
Yeah, that feint work is nice. You see that little feint, little dummy work. Because what that does is it puts your opponent into a false sense of security, and you're hoping that they punch, because when they punch then they'll expose themselves, and you can try and counter then and try and land cleanly with the shots, because that's where the damage can happen. But so far it's very, very difficult for McMahon. While he's in the driving seat, it's very difficult for him to land flush in the clean scoring areas.
This is what they're doing. Conscience puts he saw McMahon, and he's Durnan tackle up the Shishis. Right, sir. Shasa Stachan. Conscience as Durnan.
Southpaw position, Durnan, and orthodox is McMahon, who stepped into southpaw now. Wasn't a good move for him, because he got caught with a straight punch and knocked his head back. When you got fighters changing over into positions that they're not used to, it tells you that they're running out of ideas, or maybe they're just trying to try something new. But he's better off sticking to what he does best and try and get through this pretty durable and resilient opponent. Good matchups all night, I have to say, for all these fighters.
And again, Cárthach, Rachel Ruggle, Durnan, Connell Green, Merich. Rachel can't over the east. Good second Focky, about to do shaking the treasure for the coup. Hijjah exploded as Vin Khan did it. Durnan Khan, Dasog more larger. McMahon Vu Shear. Durnan.
Nice work here from the inside by Hijjah.
Couple of contest, Cárthach, McMahon, and Khan, Dasog. Hijjah, McMahon. Bullets for Foss for his second Focky. To do. Durnan to the good dash and Kasey Pulgas. Con on the hot. Hijjah can come orange and crosses by Dornálaíocht Nish Sheffield Brewer. It is Durnan comfort to come out going on Trinity Crusher. You would shut Tom Shanat. Organization door on the boat to.
Yeah. That was a good round there from Hijjah, and he really pressed it there. He pressed it, he upped the ante a little bit there. It was pretty good. This is his first 6-round fight. He has the conditioning. He's in great shape. He looks to be in great shape. Obviously, his opponent's going to be a tough nut to crack, but he's winning the rounds. He's 2 up comfortably already. He has his sights set on moving into the Celtic title contention next year. You know, he made his debut back in November November last year. Had a points win over Octavian Gratti, and has 3 fights before tonight, all points win. So he's no stoppages on his career. And as a pro, you'd like to get one. You know, you would like to get a stoppage, but up against somebody tonight who's never ever been stopped before, I think it's going to be very difficult. But again, your ultimate and the most important objective is the win.
Sinead, Donovan content, Bua all, I guess maybe sure off we. Hijjah McMahon, I just control that data shabated. So Liam new to free, you can't ask the chin again. Peter Charlotte, BY Celtic title after shot to the massive motor shot. Couple of more squeeze ticket. Dornálaíocht Cárthach. There's 2 splodes of both at 3. Durnan Cathal Chinach, Cousins Mark McMahon. More Cousins the Zinna get. Conchin.
Oh, lovely.
Dasso Condas.
Lovely, right uppercut lead.
Durnan Cárthach. Hijjah Cousins. Durnan Brooklyn Keane. Right to Christoplo. Nishker and Dasok Shinachach. Nor shall we shall later Durnan. Over Steve Stin Shinag Verta Kabach. Kabota Hussagus Plodach. Hijjah Splodach Nish. Sword Shinag. McMahon nach East Durnan. Love our digger. Cousins might get. Can cut it. Conscious Dasok McMahon. McCarthy should each go and Dasok Shinachach. Later Durnan. Jacob Brewer. Numad Foky's motor shot. Kito Katinor shot.
Again, Durnan is just he's just happy enough to just stand there and not do a whole lot. He's like, here, listen, I'm just happy to be here.
He hasn't shown a huge amount,
no, but it's up to Hijjah now to put the foot down and try and get close and put on a show, because you got to dictate the terms here. You don't want your opponent dictating, because look, Durnan was not doing anything. He's happy enough to just be here. He'll take his paycheck and he'll go home at the end of the night happy out. And another loss is nothing to him when you have 34 losses. But Hijjah wants to develop and he wants to improve and he wants to finish out the year on a high. And so he has.
Drew Berger. She'll answer for shot. Could going to score in his tushka. Durnan, Tiachan Keane, agus a Bruce Sheared. Dís Durnan in Lév and Johnson agus Cusses ní Sorg McMahon. Cyn dastog sin a chwa. Both to see Katze. Agus on Durnan sásta go má. Hijjah McMahon. Eshagol is John Cownell. Halfway through the fight. McMahon will be happy. But Durnan seems happy as well. He kind of seems content with what he's doing. And he's defending well. He's slippery here a lot of time, but I suppose McMahon is trying to set up that right hand and it just hasn't clicked for him yet.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. He has to force the initiative all the time. Durnan is content. He's happy. Like he's in no major rush. But Hijjah, sorry, he has to think differently now. He's 3 rounds in. He's 3 rounds up. He can just do the same thing and win comfortably in the end. But if he wants to really try and maybe get his first stoppage win tonight, he's going to have to do something completely different. He's just a little bit predictable in how with his attacks. He's forcing it a little bit. So maybe if he can just throw a little more dummies, little setups with the jab, and then look for a counter punch or something that is going to catch Durnan by surprise.
Both the camera sin. So the Arthur shot. Hijjah McMahon, Feirste, Donovan Bán agus on Durnan. Oisin Taki as Sheffield. So Feirste Donovan Oriste. McMahon comforts a good shot. Ravel Feirste. Sausage Johnson. Kitog Das Kasey free roll.
It is a difficult challenge, I have to say. Like, you know, I have empathy for McMahon, because like when you're boxing somebody that don't throw punches, that will not be take the risks, they're safe all of the time throughout the fight, then you're the one that's having to push the initiative. You're the one that's having to do things that you're not used to doing, and then while doing that, you can put yourself in a risky position.
Come on, session to McMahon after these. Sosta.
You see, he just tried something new there with a big backhand over the top, but then he got caught with a counter backhand, and that's what I'm talking about. It just grazed the side of his head. It didn't land flush, but that's what can happen. These are the small little margins that, you know, for error, and this is why we love this sport, because, you know, 1 minute you can be in the driving seat and the next minute you could be looking up at the lights.
In the side chit to the Raymond Torlu. McMahon sásta seeking key to go to Conchny Sorge. Kito Katze. Kito Grish Didach. Looks like you're in Zasuk Shin. Crohun Sorg McMahon and Shin. Turn false fast because Kazas McMahon can skippy. Into Lova turn it to him go here. There's a thread shachnish.
When you're a journeyman and you're boxing on the road, you're a road warrior and you've never been stopped, that's a target on your head. It's like people want you. A lot of fighters will want you because they want to become the first person. Yeah, and you don't ask for it, but it just happens naturally. It's an automatic bounty that goes on your head.
Come on, that's Chilik McMahon. He's Durnan. Keger Bulua. Mishanan Bogo. Angus Durnan, sásta go má. Ní dom go McMahon is a hortu fós.
Caught with a punch there. Didn't take much out of him, but just a glancing blow. Again, just Durnan showing that he's still dangerous and not to switch off.
Angus, of course, he acted to lodge like Durnan wants to shot Boga. I should carry about to Cliffney. And Durnan, like he's still moving well. He's not, as he said, he's a tricky customer for Hijjah McMahon. But you know he's comfortable here. But these, as we said, for all these fighters, this is the learning curve. This is where you have to try and be able to adapt in a fight. 6 rounds, you're up 4. But I suppose he probably won't there's no need now to go looking for the knockout because he hasn't really hurt Durnan, has he?
No, and look, it was like another convincing round as well in terms of like scoring of the round. He's well up here. He's 4 rounds up. I would just try and just continue doing what you're doing. There's no point when he tried to do something he threw a big swinging right backhand there just earlier on in that round, and he missed with it, and then he nearly got countered with one coming back. So you don't want to be. Last thing you want to do is be, taking careless or reckless risks when you know you just have to stay boxing the way you are and get the win. But after this year, after this fight, I would like to see Jay Byrne, who is McMahon's promoter. He's going to anyway. He's going to up him. He's going to up. To be honest, you don't see many other fighters taking a 6-rounder either straight away in their first year. So I commend them for that. And but I would like to see the opposition for him next year lift as well.
McMahon mar sin comportach dá bóta Dornálaíocht. Nach ní héna hol Dornálaíocht cúpla Connacht ach ní méid ní sé gur deas gan Dornálaíocht. Love order Jennings Durnan. Can't deas and check by McMahon.
Good left hook by McMahon. Round the back of the defence. Needs more of that, like he needs to capitalise on that. So it's no, he throws one or lands a good shot and then just stands off again. You kind of need to put a little bit more pressure on Durnan, but like second phase, third phase.
Man, give her on Tida. Durnan talking keen in the shot. Glan Tida. Dornálaíocht near session. Green. Jagger Feirste Stinchin. McMahon can't ask the Super McMahon. Negen second go vote to Kuik. Eerste keer een kortje gaat niet in het sprukje.
He hasn't had a win, Elliot. He hasn't had a win, Durnan, for about 10 fights, I think, and you can see why.
Yeah, he's defending well, but he's not really offering anything.
No, but the other thing as well is he is dangerous, and in October of last year he beat a rising prospect who was 7-1 in Elliot from Birmingham. So that was somebody that was expected just to get into the ring and beat him, and that was a scalp that Durnan got. So.
Second fucking about the Kuig. Achas is the boat yellow. McMahon comfort toch. Beter Aspas flankway to tread shot. Conscious that's the hastig. Just a homologue McMahon. Conscious is McMahon. Durnan in the rope here. Guided us Elu Tamar Fads the second Dornálaíocht. Not winning Clog. Clog takes second bulte. Dan krijgt nu de splanken shot. This vertical vision couple kan gaan, maar zijn de staat moet het er nog. Both to Shea into Hijjah McMahon on his own Durnan. And Durnan, you have to talk about his fitness. Like he's not tiring much at all.
No, but that's because he's good at preserving energy. Carty, he's very, very good at preserving energy. He doesn't exert much, and what he does very, very well. If you watch the times when Hijjah McMahon comes in with attacks, he'll take one step back and he'll probably take one or two on the gloves and then just drop his head or a little crouch down and tie you up. And already he's probably after just buying 10-15 seconds in that sequence where he took no punishment, grabbed you, tied you up and let the clock run down. It's very, very clever work.
Ashen van Voorrail both to Ivid Shea. Dara treads there on the shot. Thriller at the mill. Go for it at MHD Promotions. There's Mark Dunlop. Untitled McMahon in contract right now. Ní hola go meach at tríú me aige bu eile á le mór beidir go dtí ché Chris fé sé. Gan deasú tíireach seán is móta seo beidir seachas an ceann íseal is í neib cra sin. Níos gur fála seach. Couple counts about to shot. Not walking a piece. Sin Hijjah McMahon could brew sheer. Durnan going on compared to her cousins. Each a calm agent. Out to Dornálaíocht.
I have to say, hats off to the matchmakers for the fights tonight, and they're all as evenly matched up, but they're only young. I know, ref wasn't happy with that. Durnan knows he was wrong there to do that. He used the shoulder while they were in the clinch. Yeah, there's no need for that.
Yeah. He knew straight away he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Apologise.
Yeah.
No damage done, hopefully.
Yeah, I think the referee would have warned him if he wasn't so remorseful. He showed remorse. He showed instant remorse for his mistake, and that's okay. But yeah, closely matchups, and the majority of fighters here are very young, all young, with the exception of Cathal, Jennings. But everybody's learned so much tonight. Everybody got great rounds in tonight, and we still have the main event to go. Kyle Smith, who's only 19, and he probably will want to perhaps get the knockout victory tonight, and that would be some way to close out the show if he can do it.
Yeah, that's the one thing we haven't seen tonight yet. Knocked down, but Numa the one fought to Egg. Like Hijjah McMahon and shot. Comfortach. Agus on Durnan. Tahi ma gach Kaivlin sma into the vertical. Stealing the different. Man runners now hold to Sprucken Thompson.
I have to say, Durnan is only 25 years of age, but he's very, very clever, very intelligent and experienced, and it is going to take a serious operator to actually take him out and give him his first stoppage if he ever gets it. But very clever. I just because I admire in how he's using. Like this is what I was saying. He takes a step back, little drop of the shoulder, ties him up. He's buying time. He's just letting the clock run down. It's not pretty for the people that wanted to see a bit of a war, a bit of action. But to the boxing purists, you have to appreciate it.
Yeah, Agus Sinead both to shake heart. And Dolphin Torrey tapping me, Hijjah McMahon, Tráchtaireacht, on Durnan. He's tread ma a big tread ma Tanyavach. Ach, gone more. I'm on Kesh fin Torrishin, agus muid a bogustach go dtín ceann deire. Agus on Durnan Tastan Gant le Hijjah McMahon. As Béal Feirste. Maybe Eric Donovan between Caro treads at Gigach. Lesh Bua Shaw, Hola, come at Desha Rolfin Keen Baser Egg Chris. Chanel treads could be treads at Chris BY, Celtic Title Baser Fair Shea. Come with the staff. Egg Kenny McDowell, Guntora all in a Shappin. Good shot, Breathnach right. Dornálaíocht agus na mitúí bhaint óba. Déanach réite McMahon. Rogan te písa iad a chorúir agus písa bhaint as. McMahon as Béal Feirste. Bheith sé sásta. Gan bháin le tholaige. Agus Durnan a hain fáici réid. Feck me linn mar sin, agus an tora Egg Kenny McDowell agus an réid tuairtrún.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just before we announce the winner tonight, let's show our appreciation one more time. Two fantastic boxers yet. Well done, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 60-54 in favor of your winner tonight, Hijjah McMahon!
Grúta ag McMahon mar sin ag dí muid ceappa go rá a grúta go compórtach aige chlár score and rate Tura, and Eric, he'll be happy with that. A good win, and I suppose that win 4-0 and 6 rounds gives him an opportunity maybe for something like a BOI Celtic title in next year in 2026.
Yeah, because in order to fight for the Celtic title, I don't think you have to have fought
rounds, isn't it?
6 rounds.
Yeah.
You can't go from 4 rounds to 8 rounds. You have to go 4, 6, 8. So a Celtic title is an 8-round fight, and I think he wants to be in the running for one of them next year. So yeah, good performance from him. You can't fault him for what he did. He did everything that was asked of him. He just had a very negative opponent that didn't really want to win. Just was happy to just come in, take a paycheck, and go home with the minimum. We're taking the minimum amount of punishment tonight.
Interesting, McMahon, as obviously a lot of the fighters today are very close to us here in Belfast, but McMahon, when he came in, there was an energy about him as well. There's a bit of an aura about him. There's a bit of a style to him, which is something you want in a young boxer, isn't it?
Yeah, look, he looks the part. I mean, like he's got the fans, he's got the style, he's got the ability, and he even looks good. He's great shape, and but again, it's early days. We have to see him. He's 4-0 now, but the opponents that he has boxed, he was expected to beat every one of them. So that's no surprise. So he's done what what we've expected him to do. But next year we'll hopefully see his opposition level increase, and hopefully more questions can be asked of him, and let's see how he answers them.
Yeah, Fecka Malin, Caro Threads Heart shot. Like Triller the Mill, I go forth with the MHD Promotions BEO and our Sport TG4, our channel YouTube, because we'll see more. Good morning, the Thread Zid and the Hijjah. Paul Cummings, the Turtai, Coyle Smith, on far off to the shot. Barry Threads, couple of shots in Windsor Park, Bisha Threads and shot from Nuna. Angus Bisha, a Soolish and Bua all. What's a Soolish and Threads more than the Heat? Angus, Hijjah Mine, Oisin, Dunlop, Growth and Hijjah. Charles McDonagh and Dornálaíocht, Cathal Jennings and Siú Ceann agus Hijjah McMahon and Grúchtal and Carú Ceann agus Bisha Hain Sástig Malish. Dornálaíocht ar fad Dulchan Keane again. Came Ella Hogiel Edamore, Christine Diffrula agus Coppa Punt to Churstach. So Guntas Bank on Tovatach, Dornálaíocht profession to shut Dornálaíocht. Agus the Sula Threads more in the Hijjah again couple of minutes. Tanyev agus Marquinhos Chipship on Tanyev Samala Aston Dornálaíocht Mahasha Your Euro Cup Snafeti you can see the Foley McGuards Euro Cup Hollow and Yart MHD Promotions Dunlop Mark Dunlop York on the Cárthach means Snafeki Lagi BEO Ed Dunlop BEO Sport TG4 session means to play like Euro Cup agus needs to Shama Brunu Douche a Gwivnet agus in Chunner John Cooney and Dornálaíocht was go Trago's of Hamlet Katze. Farras couldn't the guy of it, if he trades and shot for Stewart. MHD Promotions, if beats what Blienta. Took him to Stach, Egg Tommy, a talk kinds, Fair Bokoch, Hijjah McMahon.
And we're here with another winner, Hijjah McMahon. How did you feel tonight, 4-0?
Yeah, it feels brilliant to go 4-0. It was good. It was a good fight. He brought a different side out. He was tricky, so it was good to adapt and get the win.
Yeah, it was a good 6 rounds in the bank and some sharp shooting. You look very impressive. You look like you're improving every fight, every time I see you in the ring. What is your plans going forward? Do you want to move faster up the 8 rounds, or are you happy to go at a steady pace and do 6 rounds again?
Tell you the truth, I'm just going to speak to J&D and see how it goes. I don't mind. I feel like I could have kept going there. I'm always in the gym, so whatever opportunities come up, I'm ready to take them.
Yeah, you've got an interesting story. You've no amateur background and you came up the white collar scene, but you're a natural boxer. You've done some really impressive stuff in there. Are you looking for titles in 2026?
Definitely. Back end, I think there's some big shows at the back end. I'm still building, but that's not far away for me. Yeah, I keep getting better. I'm way better than that I showed tonight. I promise you. So we'll see. We'll keep going. There's more fights to come, bigger nights to come, and you'll see me. I'll keep growing. I'll keep getting better.
Brilliant. Still undefeated. Very exciting prospect. Over to you.
Thank you, Tommy. That treads more than Hijjah Kyle Smith. Tá tógu as Pacific Machaborn shot to tire Paul Cummings. Don't know óga Kyle Smith. Cummings neart tahi aga. Tuair sé testin shot go Kyle Smith. Jennings tíach bíon dísh. Cummings agus Ger Foffi Ray gon tread shot. Kyle Smith neart tahi aga. Trí bun na héireann grúteige. Elite chuige ola an bhíon Chicate agus an chéad treid grúteige maige na Park Windsor don óin hug. Harry Donovan agus Lewis Crocker aire chéile treads mór na bliana sa tír shot ar Nilan shot. Smith go má an trúna shot test má shot nucha cúig treads ag Paul Cummings mar sin neart tahi agach bhráil in beidir KO Callan Chanu beidir rud a cín splóideach sa tread shot. It's the one thing we've been missing. Eric, you were talking about, the matchmaker got it right. We don't know if it was Marco who was winning, but they've got it right. We've got close fights, we've got competitive fights. But everyone would like to see a knockout at some stage.
Yeah, or even a knockdown.
We take a knockdown.
Or even a knockdown, yeah, because that's the lure of professional boxing as well, and that's what people want to see.
We have come to our main event of the evening.
Kenny, it is to one.
6 by 3 minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Please welcome to the ring from Derry, Londonderry, by way of Wiltshire, England, Paul the Test Cummings. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Carmoney, Newtonabbey, Carl Smith. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 159.1 pounds, all the way from Wiltshire, England, via Derry stroke London Derry. Boxing out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big, big round of applause one more time. Let's make him very, very welcome. Paul the Test Cummings. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 156 pounds, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, wearing black and white matching shorts, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a big, big welcome one more time to the 3 times National Amateur Champion, 2025 Ulster Elite Champion, and this is his second professional fight, Carl Smith! Your referee, Peter Russell, would like to give his final instructions.
Okay, lads, I suppose you're supposed to cheering. You know what I expect. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Cummings a nice Smith machine. Agus a slow bra. Agus atmosphere ma in shot. Agus Kyle Smith. Door on the trade profession to. Agus Togu. Uppercut Slato not shot. Desire Cummings. Agus Neach a cool trade to shot. Piece of out more. Smith is engaged here. Artan Shinnigus Condas. Vertical bed. Artan Ziful. Ada more profession to. Smith to Tusuga man shot. Couple of Kitog Das cut again. Cummings and T-Vela gone one cut to force. Fantastic Smith to Jennings has Cummings he's Hanahan. Love Clay Das. Lovely shot, Eric.
Yeah. You can feel the. You can hear the thump off the shots from here. He's got something. He's got power in both hands.
And Cummings is in trouble already. I guess Nietzsche caught more than Ash. Smith is and keen. Smith to give it. Clishton issues. Chantel hurts for Hane. Love Clash and Connell. The has to Katja. Cummings the dribble. Han Hane the shot. I guess Sinead is a heart. Hey, Numa the 10 seconds. Segade Rota, Angus and Rator, Chris Stuplish.
Yeah.
Angus Paul Cummings, well, Yersha Camor and Eric, that's a good stop from the
That's
ref because Cummings, you know, he was down and he wasn't throwing anything back.
No, it's a good stoppage. It was like Kyle probably would have preferred the grandstand stoppage where he lands on the chin and down and he goes down on his back or whatever, but I think that's what was probably going to happen within a couple more seconds. So for the referee to step in and call a halt there was very good refereeing, because you have to remember they have a duty of care to the boxer, and that's the first and foremost priority, and he done his job there very well. And Kyle Smith got a stoppage. He got his KO victory on his only second pro fight and first main event. So the future is very bright for him.
And it's a different dynamic. You know, he fought in Windsor Park, you know, probably the biggest Irish fight in a generation, and then to go back here, you're the headline. You know what I mean? It's slightly different, and he did what he had to do.
Yeah, he would have made his debut in Windsor Park, so he would have got a taste of that. But he would have been boxing on the undercard, way down early on the card when there was very little around. But you know, he topped the bill on only his second fight, so that shows you the pull already that he has. He's got a big profile.
The referee was the Hijjah Russell Jr. from Belfast. Stop the contest tonight in favour of the winner, Kyle Smith.
There's a lot of practice there with Kyle Smith as Bill finished it. Segade Wouter couldn't just stop let Paul Cummings. He got near for Kuig trades. Near Hain called Cummings, I guess Harry Smith, a Dinagama. I guess he done where shot. More than that, Savaro shot. Farog and Yartahi. Amateur and Shonyaden, I guess Foncha Shin. I guess Hugh Russell Jr. did a Kinnicartig non card Zerachud. Is a tread shot. I guess I found the picture in Chin. Mark Dunlop, Rikan and Yisushke. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? That buzz to get a hometown venue and then to get the stoppage. It's what dreams are made in your second professional fight.
Absolutely, yeah. And another factor on the stoppage as well, which I think is very important and important probably to point out and mention, is Cummins' age. 39 years of age.
95 fights.
Yeah.
A lot of them stopped.
A lot of miles on the clock. And at 39, you don't want to be taking too many more punches. Like, you wouldn't have the same punch resistance that you would have when you're 29 or 30. Like, he's double the age of Kyle Smith.
Yeah.
I can't think he will be around for very much longer in his career, Paul Cummins. But
and that first knockdown hurt him. You could hear from here, hurt him, and he knew at that stage he was in trouble.
You don't want to be taking shots at that age, that point in your career. But this night is Kyle Smith's night. It's all about him. He looked the part. He got the job done. Home guy, hometown, and you couldn't ask for any more. And he's in good hands with Mark Dunlop. And I know the fan base that he has around here is huge. They get behind their own, and I believe that we're going to be watching him over the next couple of years, developing his career, building the crowds, and moving on to bigger and better things.
And we probably saw, when we saw Colin Murphy in the ring earlier on, that kind of progression, and to build them up. Mark Dunlop is very, very good with those kind of fighters. Even at that kind of weight category as well, he can match them well. And it's nice to get the KO as well, though, as any young fighter wants to get the stoppage, and he got that tonight. So it'll be interesting when he talks to Tommy what's the plan for him, because that didn't take too much out of him today. But fans go home happy. People that came in selling tickets, people that are watching on Sport TG4 will be happy. And as you said, he's a name now to look out for, because he has power in both hands, and he has something special about him so far.
Yeah, no, he is a name, but he is so young as well, and he's in a very stacked division, the super welterweight division. But for only 19, 20 years of age, over the next year and a half, maybe 12 to 18 months, he'd like to probably get another 4 to 6 fights, and all development fights. And then in 2027, maybe he could look at stepping up and maybe boxing for a Commonwealth or a Celtic or something along those sorts, something like that. But again, so young, so much potential. What you don't want to do is rush him. No need for that. But again, as I said, he's in safe hands at Mark Dunlop, and I expect we're going to see a lot more of him in the future.
And Kyle will know himself, Eric, won't he, that he did what he had to do today. I'm sure there's things that they're working on in the gym that he probably didn't get to work on tonight. That's probably something they look at, maybe get some rounds in. It was the opposite we were talking about earlier on. We wanted a knockdown, we got one. But overall, we saw some great boxers at the moment, great young talent coming up, and that's something we know.
Yeah.
This island is full of young, talented boxers, and getting them a card like this is brilliant.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's a great conveyor belt of talent, and this country, and particularly this city of Belfast. This city of Belfast has an incredible reputation on the world stage of producing championship boxers. But I will say about this fight tonight, he didn't learn much from this fight tonight, Kyle. He would have done all of his learning in training for this fight tonight, in his sparring, in the preparation, in the mental preparation of handling and preparing for main event in your hometown, in your home venue, in front of all your home people, preparing for all of that mentally. But the fight in itself, his opponent didn't really do much. He learned nothing from it. He got the job done, and you move on. But it is mainly in the gym where all of the hard work is crafted. But again, it's important to step up the opposition, because you need to keep refining, and the only way you can do that is when the test is more challenging.
Well, think about Kidabes Kyle Smith, and Shakan Tommy.
Kyle Smith, first headline show, first round knockout. Didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't. No, it was you seen what it was there, so it was it was a brilliant event and brilliant turnout for myself. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came out and spent the hard-earned money and came out to watch me.
Yeah, you've got a great fan base, as we could see here tonight. You boxed brilliant there for while it lasted. You found the shots perfectly. I think it was a left hook to the body, sunk right in, hit him right in the button, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, no, I was pacing myself as well, so it was my first 6 rounder, so I was just sort of just getting into the fight really, and then obviously the fight was stopped, so it's out of my control.
Yeah, you've had a dream start to the pro game. You know, the first fight at Windsor, and now headlining here. What's in store for 2026?
Listen, I want to be active and be on the mark. Mark's brilliant building fighters, so I'm going to be flat out on them and get me out again as quick as I can. That's a main goal.
And Mark, you're known for building champions. What is your plans here? How fast do you want to put movement along, or are you happy to take it nice and steady?
I'm going to rob the Northern Bank. Then we get the money for another show quickly. Like, no. It was a great production tonight. Fair play to everybody. The fans were fantastic. I want a special shout to Karen Béal, who works in the centre. She's been you think she's been doing her whole life in terms of like running boxing events, but she was very good. You know, she's definitely like an asset to coming here again without a shadow of a doubt, and getting into the show. They were all great, good, well-matched fights for where they are in their career. Yeah. To be honest with you, I was expecting Paul has only been stopped 10 times in 90 fights. No, that's incredible. Yeah. He has come to the end of his career. I'm not going to turn around and say, he's clubber lying, but he's very durable. And Kyle, I thought he had him a left hook to the chin the first knockdown, and thought, I was wanting him to stand relax. It's about getting the rounds and the experience. Kyle, as I say, even like Paul stepped in at last minute because, again, you know what this world is like. Yeah. People took fights last week. We had a tough South American for him. He unfortunately got stopped in the show in London, and then we're back in the air looking for an opponent. He's a main event fight week, and then Paul stepped in and fair play to him. No, it was what would you say it would be for the crowd? But it was an atmosphere I wouldn't like to be part of, Yeah. But yeah, I know Kyle done well, and he's a big feature.
Kyle, he's a highly touted prospect. Everyone's been talking about him. He showed what he could do here tonight. How far do you think you can go with this young man here?
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, he's going all the way, isn't he? Let's be honest. But he has to take all the criticism and take it constructively, because I'll be on, Tommy, you have Tommy won major titles, and I'm straight in there saying, no, but you didn't do this and didn't do that there, and that's the only way you learn by your mistakes. But tonight there was no mistakes, and all the hard work that he's put in the gym, and he's come through, he had a bad flu there for 2 weeks, and we were up in the air, we were going to cancel the show. His dad pushed him out the door, and get in, you're fighting, and so yeah, no, it's very, very good, and big things are coming from him, and I really do appreciate the people of this community coming out to support him. We will definitely be back, and as I say, you heard the crowd tonight there, and it was very, very good, and everybody played their part in a brilliant event.
Yeah, a local lad doing big things. You brought all the community out, and you delivered. Any final thoughts?
Yes, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came out from local community and the BT36 community. Thank you very much, and for listen, they're spending their hard-earned money coming to watch me fight, and it's critical at this stage of my career. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone, and I appreciate it a lot. And my sponsors, I've loads of people backing me as well, sponsorship-wise. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone as well.
Brilliant, good stuff. And on behalf of MHD Promotions,
yeah,
would you like to say any more?
Yeah, I think we're potentially back here on Valentine's Day, 14th of February, Valentine's Day Massacre show, but it is a long way away. February, so we'll see what happens, but that is the plan for Kyle's next fight. Okay. So thanks very much.
Great, thanks everyone for tuning in. Sunday afternoon boxing / evening. It's been a great night. I hope you all enjoyed it. I've been Tommy McCarthy. Good night, God bless.
Good night, God bless.
Shad Mark Dunlop and Chinna Cárthach, Cosmetic is Tommy McCarthy. So Eric, finally wrapping up. Highlight of the night?
Yeah, it was a good night. I really enjoyed it. I thought the fights were very competitive, and it was nice to see a stoppage in the end as well, because again, that's part of the course.
That's what we come to see. What fans come to see.
Professional boxing, yeah. But good matchups, young kids. You want to say young kids, like some young talent there on display, and they're still very young. Charles McDonagh, quite young. Hijjah McMahon, young. Development stages like Kyle Smith. You know what I mean? So they're and then I know Cathal Jennings, while he's a more experienced fighter, he had a very good performance, and he stepped up to a 6-round level, and they stepped up in level in his opponent at such a early time in his career. But he'll reap the rewards for that.
and you had the likes of Oisin Dunlop opening the card, winning his pro debut. So we've had Smith and Dunlop, really young time in their careers, but good performances. And as we said, really enjoyable night, really enjoyable afternoon. We keep saying night, even though it's strange. Really good atmosphere, and it's something we'd love to see more of. Afternoon boxing on a Sunday, a full theatre here, and it was a great production, wasn't it?
It was a great production. Now, Mark Dunlop is absolutely brilliant. He's a great reputation for putting on brilliant shows, and I want to thank TG4 as well for getting behind him and putting on some great afternoon boxing and afternoon/evening, like you said. But the good thing about this now is people are able to go home early enough on a Sunday evening. They've been at the fights, they've had their night out, and they're not coming home. They're not getting home at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. They're able to go home early enough and still, settle in for their own evening. So it's a good show, and I suspect that this venue here as well, it's not going to be the last time we're here.
No, feck men Eric Gurmil Magat on Nocht. Le Tommy le Fulham MHD Productions, le Fulham Just Content Hama Agus le Sport TG4. Be mo Ashley Bidish le Kunz Dornálaíocht BEO Kadishin Slán.
The original competitions company, from supercars to dream homes to life-changing cash. When you play with Orkings, you play with the best. Orkings Competitions, the originals, the only, the kings.